It's Fit Love on the south side, yeah, that's right. Reppin' in the wood, got my hustle tight. From Chi-Town streets where the wind blows, fierce, built up like steel, can't nobody kiss.
Hey, 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 hey. This your girl D-Love from the South Side, Inglewood for Life. Chicago, that is. Oh, I'm coming in hot, ain't I? Coming in hot. Well, it is what it is. Listen, I call myself getting myself together, but it didn't work out like I wanted to. But it's okay. I'm still happy. So I am glad at least one is here. And don't forget to say hello to my rewind crew. I appreciate you. Sorry, y'all. This anyway. I appreciate you all coming in. Oh, tell me if the comments are not working. I'm gonna just kick myself. Hold on, let me make sure these comments are on. That would be tripping me. Every time I get on here, is something wrong with the comments. Oh, okay. Hey, Carol. If you hit it, I know I got it right this time. How you doing? How you doing? I'm so excited about tonight, y'all. Let me tell you, I was able the Fit Lawyer is coming on tonight. She'll be here shortly. Um, so that's one of the things. No, okay. All right, so we got the Fit Attorney. So again, first of all, thank you each and every one of you all who have showed up and showed on time. And also thank you those who are in the bushes. Appreciate you. And thank you to Rewind Crew. And thank you, Carol. You got a heart back at you, baby girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I see that Miss Henyard has arisen. I saw she gave out food today. Did anybody see that? The smartest thing she did was she put it. Not only did she put it on her page on Facebook, but she also played it, and you could hear. I want to play the video, but the problem with that is it got music in the background, so I know I'm gonna be copyright strike on that. But you know what? We'll just cut it out I'll just cut it out. So let's go. Let's go be nosy, y'all. At least the 5 to 6 in here, we're gonna be nosy. We are going to look at. Oh, but Carol have seen it already. But for those who haven't, we're gonna show you. We can show you better than we can tell you. That's what I used to say. I can show you better than I can tell you. Yes, Lord, indeed. Okay, so I said she giving away food. You know what I was thinking about that food? I said that food is leftover food. Maybe, allegedly. I'm not gonna say it is, but just weird that she's giving out food now. Like, why you ain't been giving out this food? And why today anyway? Okay, let me share my screen. Should have gotten those eggs. Okay, and she was passing eggs that I'll definitely be down there. Go get me some eggs. One moment. Let's be nosy. And she gonna go on and on, y'all. Okay, so I was like, okay. She said they can talk about you, hate you, not speak to you, but one thing they can't do is stop you. We hear you, home girl. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that music in the background.
I got her. I got her. Look, Tanika dancing. Hey.
So as you can see, the people never get out their cars. Now I'm trying to figure out where and at what point do they sign in at, but they never get out their cars. And they come through this door. However, you have to look at those expiration dates. That's a true fact. That's a true fact. So you see how the food are in bags. when during COVID time, or no, when they didn't have that insurance, they were still passing out food and they was using these bags. That's how they was passing out the
Well,
food.
Porsche, what you got? What you got? Hey, where you at? We see you. We see you.
Oh, they got eggs. Do you see the eggs, Carol?
Hey, y'all. Hey, it's your Superman. Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor.
She probably said, "Hey, let's open the doors and let's pass out some food today." And they said, "Okay." We got some leftovers up in there.
People supervisor, that is. I am here. Let me go ahead and forgive me. Hey, y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for that. Okay, look. I gotta go back in the building. So let me understand. Where you at?
Well, you know what? She's of that generation of that percolators. I never liked that percolator. And I would never do that percolator. I just thought that was dumb to do that dance. But I wasn't that generation to percolate. But I got a cousin, when that song come on, she hits the flow.
All right, we feeding the people, y'all. Y'all come on, get this food. We have the food pantry. Where you at? Go ahead. Where you at? Come on, where you at? Percolator. Come on, get it. Hey. Oh! All right, y'all come get this food. We out here until 2 p.m. It's the one and only Super Mayor.
Come get this food, because we got to get rid of them before I leave up out of here. That's what she want to say. And if they want to get this food themselves, they're going to get it themselves, because there ain't going to be no food for them to give away what she's done. That's what she's doing. She do not want to share the food, because they've been giving away that food. How old are them eggs? Let's see that. Let's see what they got. Yeah, she childish. She's childish as hell with this food. You ain't got to make a video. My mother used to always say, if you're going to do something, you do it. You ain't got to tell everybody you doing it. We need to giving away some or doing some charity. So we got eggs. What else can you see in that bag? Is that cheese? Oh, that is cheese. And that's that free stuff. Okay, we got cheese, eggs. I look like they got only 2 things in that bag. Hey, dear Will Christian said Tiffany still hasn't spoken to her supporter. Oh, she doing it now though. Got some bread in there? I got my glasses on. I don't see no bread, but okay. See, that's what it used to come, like the boxes that they used to come in.
Feeding the people. And it's always like I always do. You got your eggs, your milk, your cheese.
Ain't no bread in there. Yeah, so they just come in.
Got some greens. Hey, y'all. See them greens?
Look at them greens.
That part. You see it?
Where'd she get them from?
Green. Special boxes.
Oh, look at that. Special event boxes. So they take that on there. And look, now these must be the boxes they had when it originally, before she became Super Mayor, and before she switched the boxes up. These are the boxes. But they only give away bags.
Yours on me.
Special event boxes. Ain't that illegal?
Feed the people. Now let me show y'all. Y'all ain't understanding what it is I truly do and why people be hating so bad, right?
Yeah, this I'm gonna have to delete the music, or they're gonna delete the music, because this music is
So
we in the back now.
This is what we're doing right here. Like, this is our warehouse. One of our food pantries, and this is boxes on boxes on boxes on boxes of food ready to feed the people.
Oh, look at them boxes.
You see it. So as you can see, I go all over this place.
OMG. I am so excited. I'm sorry. The Fit Attorney, the Fit Lawyer ATL is in the house. Can each and every one of you all say hello? I'm going to drop the link for you. I'm so excited. So excited to have the Fit Attorney with us today.
This what we doing.
What are you doing out
Feeding
on
the people. But
boxes?
let me show you like what's in the box. What's in the box? So y'all know how I do with the seasonings. So y'all know sea salt, vanilla flavor, gravy, garlic
Imagine
powder,
having,
stuff for your cake. You see? Let's go. They playing the song.
oh my God, they're playing that song. They're playing that song again. Oh my gosh. Hey, William Harvey store. She act like she at, it's Dolton. She at the food pantry, baby. And I don't know why they got all these boxes. And our home food are not in these boxes. Because she only had what she has until May, right? That's crazy. This is crazy. Hey, cynical. Imagine having to give up both offices and the perks. Well, that's a true fact, right? Hey, status quo. How you doing? How you doing? Pray tell to pray tell why at DWC. No worries, regardless. Somebody gonna have to pray for her.
People, what
Oh
we
my God, it's
doing?
her and this
What
music
we
is that
doing?
killing me.
Just standing no business. Deeper complexion, lack of protection from my own people, but I show perseverance. I'm striving to fall. I'm feeding the people. They put me in office and treat it like it's illegal to feed the people. To feed the people.
And listen, the fit attorney will tell you, keep your mouth shut. And she ain't keeping her mouth shut. She, the fit attorney said she making Tiffany. Oh yeah, listen. I got Tiffany online, y'all, and I'm sure you're not that Tiffany, but I got this Tiffany on. Hey, do you have
Do you have
anyone in the
anyone in the
background?
background? Oh, you know what? Hold on.
Now
Okay.
you know that's one on one.
All right. Struggle streaming already. How y'all doing?
Finding yourself. Still hear myself. I think it's at me.
Is that you or me?
Uh-uh. Oh, let's close that out. Did that work? No. I don't know.
You still hear
Oh, you
yourself?
hear echoes? Yes.
Hmm.
Oh my
Oh, is it something in the
gosh. Close.
settings? Is it like
Hold on.
is it a big echo or
Oh, it's a big echo. How about now? No, that's not
can you
it.
hear echo now?
I think it's on my end.
I know
Adios
sometimes
mío.
some people have to go into settings and on the audio, it's like, do you have the echo cancellation on? Let me try to.
Let's see.
Did this
Okay.
happen?
Hello, can you hear me?
I
Oh,
can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you. Yeah, I can hear you too.
Is it good now?
Okay. Much better. Thank you, honey. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good. Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, let me tell you all. First of all, I want to say thank you. Let me switch this down for a sec. But first of all, I want to say, let me make this bigger because I want everybody to see you. And
Yeah.
listen, we got the real deal, Holyfield. We got the real Tiffany up in this house, y'all. And
Yeah.
if you
I
don't know who this Tiffany is,
just watching. What's
she
going on?
is. She ain't going to jail. She gonna meet you at the jailhouse.
That's right.
I always want to say the fit attorney. Did you change your name?
It's the Fit Lawyer ATL.
A fit lawyer. I want to call you the fit attorney. This is
I
the fit lawyer ATL, y'all, out of Atlanta, Georgia, and she's a criminal defense attorney, and she's been an attorney for is it 19 years or over 19 years?
Yeah, we're
And
almost
counting.
come November, so it's been a while. So yes.
Yeah, she's the real deal Holyfield, y'all. And I had asked her, I found her email and I sent her a message. I was like, sorry, I have allergies, these lights. I didn't see that in the class. I had found your email in your I was looking everywhere for your email. I said, oh, when I get to 500, I'm gonna ask her, will she come on my show and just come and talk and grace us? And I am so appreciated that you have done it and kept your word. I appreciate that so
No,
much.
me, like I might have, a lot of subscribers, but I'm new to YouTube, right? So it's
Yeah.
just I which games. So I'm like, yes, yes, let me meet new people, get out there because I'm new to these streets. So I was honored to see that you reached out. So it's always a pleasure to join you.
And listen, when the lead attorney put a stamp on it and I saw your numbers go rise high, I said, oh, she got some power around here.
Wasn't that amazing? Like
Yes.
I had no clue that was gonna happen. Like, I had been in his chat and been following lead for like a year, and I just was only at the courthouse that day because I was being nosy.
Oh, I like that.
Seriously, because I was in
Uh-huh.
Clayton County that morning, and you remember, like, this is after the mistrial announcement, right? So the judge has paused things, and so she's giving them chance to work out plea deals. So we were kept out. The media wasn't allowed in. So I'm like, what is going on? So I'm like, I gotta know. I gotta know. So I was just in court in Clayton sitting there, and I was like, you know what? When I get done here, I don't have anything else on the books for today. I put in his chat. I said, I'm going down there to be nosy. I'll report back. Right. And he's like, all right, Fit, you know what I'm saying? Let us know what's going on. I had no clue when I walked in that it was going to be what I walked into. It was just like a
Real.
buzz. All the attorneys were up and down the hallways working out plea deal. It was Bruce Harvey, it was Brian Steele, it was Keith Adams, it was Silver Fox. Like, it was just a buzz. Like, I could just, like, something's going on. The families were in the hallway. It was like, okay, it's going down. So
And
it
you
was
know
just,
what? Before you go further, they don't even know what you're talking about.
oh, they don't know about the wild center trial.
Yeah.
They're like, what?
Yeah, she's actually an active attorney. You got to give your spiel. Like you don't give no advices.
Oh,
All that.
like, look, I just ran and started talking. So,
Yeah.
okay, so my name is the Fit Lawyer ATL, and I am a 20-year criminal defense attorney here in Atlanta, Georgia. I have my own firm now for the last 10 years. It's called the Adams Firm. So if you're ever in Atlanta, you get locked up for a crime, or you get in a car accident or truck accident, slip and fall, give us a call, and we'll take care of it. So I have a staff of 4 others outside of myself.
Oh,
So we are just there to service all that we can. So I love what I do, and I've been wanting to be an attorney since I was 4. So living.
wow. Wow. But originally you're not from Atlanta, right? You flew
No,
there. You flew there.
I did fly here 30 years ago.
Wow. And you
We'll be
went to
right here
college.
soon. So yeah, my family, we're originally from Birmingham, Alabama. I
Mhm.
actually have some family in Chicago. We will actually be up there in July for our family reunion. So
Oh wow.
in Chicago and then up in Waukegan. So that's where my sister cousin
Oh,
is in Waukegan. So where we'll actually be for the family reunion. So
okay. Okay. Wow. I'm so excited. I'm like, girl crush. No, I won't say no homo because that's kind of sound like bars. But I'm like, I'm
girl,
so
we
excited
can
to
be
have
nice to each
you.
other. That's only that guy stuff.
Yes. Oh, okay. And so you're a criminal attorney. So anybody in Atlanta, I hope y'all better write her name down. Go to her channel. I put it in the description. So go to her channel and subscribe. She a real attorney. She be busy.
Yes, yes.
Busy.
I got some lives coming up because we just had a big case come out in Georgia on DUI law for blood
Uh,
refusals. I'm gonna do a live on that. I have a series that I do is shut the F up and take the ride. So we talk about when you get pulled
yes.
over, be quiet.
Yes.
On yourself so I can get this case dismissed or get it changed from what it is because you didn't provide any evidence on the side of the road. So just little tips like that. So I can't represent everybody, but if I can, do lives to educate a lot of people, then that
Mm.
way people will avoid a lot of situations where they even need attorneys. So
Mm.
get in the system,
Yes.
kind of get stuck in the system. So
Oh, and see, that's why I have wanted you to come on, because I remember you said, tell the people, shut the TF up. I said, oh, she got to spread the word. Tell the people to
Yes,
shut up.
yes, shut the fuck up and take the ride. Like, so many times you see people on TV, they get pulled over by the police and they want to start talking about their rights, right? Like, first of all, you didn't go to law school, so like, why even go that battle? And neither did the officer. Like, cops only need a high school diploma to be an officer. So you're trying to come into a situation where, look, he's there to do a job. He saw you do a traffic infraction of some type, or he's there to investigate a crime, and he's there to do that job. So you coming with all the philosophies and the fourth and the fifth and the sixth amendment. He's not following that, right? So it's like you're escalating the situation. And a lot of times, the more you talk, depending on why you're being pulled over, you can provide evidence against yourself during that conversation. So it's best to invoke your right to remain silent and just take that ride, because you're not going to talk yourself out of jail. So it's like, don't provide a lot of evidence, hire a great attorney, and we can get the case dismissed or make arguments against you. But once you start talking and giving evidence, that's when it becomes a wrap.
Oh, now have you? First of all, I know you know Dear Will Christian. You know he had an ATL also.
Thank you. Shout out. Thank you for being here.
He sent a $5 holler.
Collab.
Oh, you said what?
I was telling Dear Will Christian that we have to do something together.
Y'all need to, because y'all in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because y'all got plenty of content out there.
We stay in the news, which is not good. Right? Since last year, it's like national. They watching in Chicago. My cousin used to text me. She'd be like, "Girl, who is Woody?" Everyone was watching YSL. So yeah, we've been in the news a lot.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is it Fonnie or Fanny?
Fonnie.
Okay, I've been butchering her name forever.
D.A. Willis or Fonnie D. Willis. Yes, it's Fonnie. So Trump started calling her Fanny, and other people would just say the F-A, but like Fanny is F-A-N-N-Y. So
yes,
it's Fonnie Willis.
Right. So the YSL trial is over.
Correct.
Kind of, sort of. Is it all over?
YSL 1 is over.
Okay. So that's what they calling it.
Young Thug, that trial is over. However, there are still 3 defendants who are remaining to have trial, and I think it's supposed to go sometime in July now. I think that's the date for the second YSL 2. And then there are other people that are gotten rearrested. I think Miles.
I saw that.
Rearrested. I got to get that arrest warrant so I can talk about that on the channel next week. Cause
really,
that's the part where I say when you can get stuck in the system. And honestly, I'm not sure what his real life is like, right? Because we've only seen in court, but his attorneys know and he knows. So this might have been a situation where he may have shouldn't have taken a plea under first offender and just got his sentence set, right? It's set at the 5 years. And that way, if he had any revocations, it couldn't be any worse than the 5 years, because now he's open to going to prison for 20 years.
Dang.
Revokes it and re-sentence him to the max. So you can always come back later once you're successful and then get a retroactive first offender. That might have been the move for him, just because here we go. He may be possibly going to prison now, which is so sad.
So sad. And the GUN was in the glove compartment. They said he said it wasn't his. But
that's what they all say, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I say too.
That he's not telling the truth, but I'm just saying it's not a defense, right? So it's like you are not supposed to be within arm's reach, which the glove compartment is arm's reach of the passenger, right? So I don't know. So this is the kind of case where I would play it where I ask for the gun to be fingerprinted, right? Let's run some fingerprints. Don't come on it. That's a stronger argument that it wasn't mine, or that I never touched it, right? Although it's not 100% concrete, to a jury is going to play well. So this might be something he has to fight, because he really is fighting for his life at this point, because Judge Whitaker is going to give him prison time. So
she looked like it. She ready.
She already gave that speech when she gave the plea. Remember? She said, "Oh, if you come back, this is what I can do, and I'm gonna do something." So she may feel bad for him, because this is a kind of, you're a passenger in a car. You just got in the car. Maybe he had only been in the car 5 minutes, an hour. But where was he at in the area of Cleveland Avenue. Like, this is why
Right.
when I covered Young Thug's plea on my channel, that it was a great thing that he was banned from Atlanta, because it keeps him out of the high drug areas, the high gang areas where the police are always pulling you over, because any police contact, they find anything, you're arrested. Now you got a probation revocation. So she did him a favor, and everyone in that case should just stay out of those areas while they're on this probation.
You know it's hard.
Look here, what's harder?
Yeah, that's true too. That's true.
Getting told what to do all day long, you know what I'm saying? 3 hots in the cot, like, shit, that's harder. Please.
You know, so status quo as does the attorney, the Fit Lawyer ATL, feel he was overcharged?
And who are we referring to? Miles, like in the original case? Like,
I think she's talking about. Think he's talking about the.
Oh, Young Thug.
Or maybe the one. Maybe he's talking, because we're talking about the guy who's gonna have to go back to jail. So it has to be either or. How about that?
Yeah, right. So let's talk about either one. So Young Thug, was he overcharged? Yes, because the RICO wasn't there, so everyone charged of RICO was overcharged, right? Because they never should have been charged of RICO. Should have just been charged with the drugs they found in his home when they raided his home, right? It did the search warrant. That's it. And then fight those charges. Everyone's cases should have just, maybe everybody that was in the house that day would have had those cases together. But that whole Thug rented the car, and then, I mean, it just fell apart. Like, they just, it sounded good. I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard stuff at bond hearing, I was like, if they can prove everything they're saying, Thug may not come home. But where was the proof? They didn't connect any dots. So yes, he was overcharged. Miles Farley, I think he only had 2 charges, and I think he just pled to the RICO, which of course they didn't find RICO, right? But he was just trying to get out of his case, take an easy way out. He may have should have stuck it out, but sticking it out was going to be being in custody until when? July, when the trial started, and then another year if it takes that long. So I understand taking a plea to get out for just probation and just staying out of trouble, but you have to then make life changes. You can't just continue to put yourself in situations.
That's true. So do you think that, well, first of all, where's the watch?
Girl. Where is the watch? I don't know.
It's a beautiful watch too.
I really feel like at some point there's going to be an order where they're going to have to pay him $600 for this watch, because the problem is, not only is there video of Viverito, touching the watch, looking at the watch, right? And then she said she put it back on the shelf and left it. The problem is, once they took everything into custody, they did a affidavit. And on the affidavit where they listed all the property they confiscated, they included the watch. So you said you had it under sworn affidavit. So now it's your responsibility again. Where is the watch? So I think at some point we're going to see that play out. Right now, the hearings that have been occurring really are other people own the property. Like, yes, it was Young Thug's Porsche 2011, 211, whatever, but it wasn't fully owned. So their leaseholder or whatever who had the auto loan, they filed to get that back. So a lot of the property has already been returned to that owner, which I'm sure just in turn just put it back to Thug with the deal they originally had. So wait on the watch. Probably gonna be the last to deal with.
2 questions, because my memory is short. Will the people, what county is it again in? Fulton County. Would they have to pay for that watch? And do you think like people always lease everything? Do they really own anything in Atlanta?
Taking shots, right? Taking shots. Well, like, look, Atlanta is the home of the fakers and the flossers and all that stuff, right? We got everything here. So, but there are a lot of people here with real money. So there are people that own, plenty of people own, and so you can just tell the difference, right? You can tell a scammer or somebody that's like, IG famous and just. You already know the category that a lot of them don't own their shit. They rent stuff. You know what I'm saying? borrowing or leasing or making payments on. Like nobody's just, a lot of people aren't just going in spending cash $1 million on a piece of jewelry. They're on a payment plan. So normal, but there are a lot of people here. There's a county, Lithonia, that area that sits in DeKalb County, but it is like the second richest Black area in the United States behind Prince George County in Maryland. So there is, and that's the area where Pastor Jamal Bryant's church sits, where New Birth sits in that area. There, a lot of money is out there. So there's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, which is why people come here and in hopes of joining that. But it's a lot of fraud, a lot of scammers, real estate scammers. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Now, have you heard of the mayor of Dolton, Tiffany Henyard?
I've been seeing a lot of people covering. Like I was watching earlier when you all was showing some videos, boxes, food boxes or something. Like I've been hearing it, but I don't really, it's a lot to keep up with. So I don't know a lot of details, but what is going on and how is she still in office? Like,
well, first of all, she should really listen to your video where you talk about shut the TF up, because she keeps talking. So now she's making video about, they told her about these Tahoes, and she's talking about she went and bought some Tahoes, but she didn't get approval for, build a ice rink. And it's in a Black neighborhood. We ain't trying to be skating ice right now. Oh, dear boy Christian want me to drop the link.
Oh, hold on. Come up.
That's my mentor. Let me tell you. When girl,
on YouTube, like, because I'm learning new stuff. Like I done came a pro at Adobe Premiere, like.
OMG. OMG, we got the famous dear woke Christian ATL is all in the house.
How you doing?
What's that?
What's up, man? What's going on?
We up in here. Hey, Fit Lawyer, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Wonderful. I saw the bat signal. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna raid a court. We're gonna raid one of these court hearings one day, real soon.
Yes.
But I just want to jump on real quick and say shout out to No Apologies. I'm mad that you got the Fit Lawyer on here, so you owe me lunch when I come up to Dolton. So let me let you know that.
Definitely, I got you.
Now, okay, so I think y'all were, if I just jumped in, I just kind of heard it while I was running in. You were asking what would she advise Tiffany to do?
Yes.
Oh, let me go ahead and listen to this. Let me get the popcorn.
Well,
I got to hear this.
I haven't followed what's going on with her. She was just saying that she should take my advice and shut the fuck up.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have said it like that, but I probably would have meant it like that. Hands down. No, that is. Oh, we got to catch you up. We're going to have to.
Yeah,
give you a primer.
What's the
she a speed course?
Where she come from? How long she been in office? Like, give me like the 2-minute like summary.
Okay, let me see if I can do it right. All right, keep me in line, D-Love. Start the timer.
All right. Okay, it's done.
It's Illinois politics. So Illinois politics is very different than Southern politics. So they have a township and they have inside the town. So we have Marietta, but inside Marietta we have the city of Marietta. Okay. So we have Dolton, which is the town inside of Thornton Township.
Okay.
Thornton Township exists basically as a public service branch. So there's a lot of services they do: food giveaways, elder care, all these kind of things like that. Basically, social services. So imagine if the county of Marietta city of Marietta was doing social services, and one of the beneficiaries would be the town of Marietta.
Okay.
So somehow or another, Tiffany Henyard was a trustee or like a city council woman in Dolton, which is a town. And she ran for mayor in that town and won mayorship in that town.
Okay.
She also ran for, or was selected for, nominated as the supervisor of the township. And that means that they're basically over. See, that's how I was looking too. Let me tell you, because it don't make no sense.
Supervisor of the same township that she's the mayor?
No, she's a mayor of a town inside the township.
So remember that 17.
Think about like Cobb County. So she's the supervisor of Cobb County, but she's the mayor of Marietta City.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's what I'm talking. Thank you. But that's all.
Dear Well Christian, you got to
Yes,
remember she is the supervisor of 17 communities.
Right. But
Okay.
Cobb County is a big county, so
Oh.
Fit Lawyer can comprehend. I'm using a little bit of insider baseball,
Oh. Okay.
just that because that's what I needed. Look, I've been messing it
I
up
know, like
for
connect the dots.
it doesn't make sense to us. So
Yeah.
so she has two roles,
Okay.
and supervisor and the mayor. So she called herself the super mayor, and
Wow.
true hubris, all kinds of pride. But the problem is she really was managing a lot of this stuff very poorly. There was a lot of underhanded dealings. I'm gonna just do what I want to do. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. And hence we got to where we are now, where she was recalled, but the judge in Illinois said that they worded the recall wrong. So they threw out the recall. There's been backfighting and fighting on the trustees in the town as well as in the township. Everybody been at her, Hatfields and McCoys, but everybody's bad except her. And she just keeps doing stuff that just accentuates the fact that she's a bad leader. And when as politics do, when it came time to nominate the next trustee for this election cycle, they did a little bit of three-card Monty on her. And basically pushed her out of being able to be nominated. So I don't know if I agree fully with how they did it. So basically, the competitor is the councilman for the Democratic Party. So he threw a big fundraiser in the place where he was going to be doing the nomination and filled the house up full of his supporters, and then said, by the way, here's the nomination. And she was kind of pushed out. It was a little bit of griminess, but she deserved it.
Okay.
So there's that. So she lost that supervisor position, or lost the ability to run for the supervisor position. And that's going to come up on April 1st. That's the election, April 1st. But the primary for her mayoralship, she was running against a trustee who's very popular. He's been getting all this business from her because she's been harassing him, all that kind of stuff like that. And so she ran against him, and he scorched her 82%, 88%. It was bad. It was a shellacking of astronomical proportions. So needless to say, she can't even run for mayor anymore. So she has effectively lost both those positions in a fell swoop of time. So I'm doing a little graphics, little things popping up.
Yeah.
The reactions on the computer. So that is not a true 2 minutes, but kind of sort of 2 minute.
Yeah. So when is her term up of mayor?
Effectively May
3rd.
May 3rd. Okay.
So now she's just cutting up until then.
A pure fool. A pure fool. They need to do like
anything criminal.
Well, I was waiting for him to say.
I plead the 5th.
Okay, just do allegedly. How about that?
Based upon information and belief, yes, she's done some criminal stuff.
Okay, because I'm like, are charges coming?
Oh, the FBI's already been there. The FBI's been there twice. So the FBI is on her bumper. So the rumor has it that once this election is over with, that's when the Alphabet Boy is gonna pull in, and pick her up. They'd already fitted her for the suit, so they already let her know.
That's the difference between the feds and state officers and stuff, because they just like the DA's office, that's an elected position, right? So they're gonna, like DA Willis, right? She has to run on an agenda. So hers is cutting down the gang violence, minimizing the major crimes in Atlanta. So that's what her supporters are looking for her to do. And if she doesn't do it, then she's out. In order for that to happen, police have to make arrests, right? They have to slap gang charges on people, all of that. When it comes to the Fed, they're not elected officials, right? Their jobs are most times for life. They have tenure. They're there for, like the judges are there for life, or not appointed. They're not elected. So they're not worried about how y'all feel about crime. They take their time with cases. So when they come out, they go back and work for a year. When they come back, they're arresting, and it's like a 98% conviction rate.
Yeah, they were literally out about 11 months ago.
Yeah.
So
it's about time. Yeah. As soon as she's out of there, she's going to.
So I mean, they're and I've been enjoying it because there's so many layers and levels to it, and plus I get to meet such great content creators like D Love and the others of that nature. There's a lot of shenanigans. I mean, they almost make us like, wow. They made me sit back like, whoa.
Spotlight. Yeah, because
I found Rico. I know where Rico is. Now, Fonnie might not have known where Rico is, but Rico is up there in the doggone Dolton.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Not with YSL.
Yeah, YSL, nothing. It is with Tiffany Henyard. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So, but yeah, that's it though. But I would love to hear your thoughts on it. But I didn't want to keep up and interfere with y'all. I just want to jump on real quick because I
Oh
saw y'all having
no.
all this good time.
Oh no. You know, dear well, Christian, you always had, was it Carla Branch? You know what is Carla Blanche?
Oh, carte
Yeah.
blanche.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, we yeah, I'm gonna stop. Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
You kind of caught me up to speed. Like, that's a hot mess.
Let me
And
tell
so she's just basically sitting up. She's just on the way out. So she's going to tear it up on the way.
Yeah, because dear well, Christian even talked about the young lady who was how do you say that?
Assaulted.
Assaulted. Okay.
Yeah. There are levels to this because one of the things she was doing was taking a lot of trips. Lots of trips. So one of the trips she took was to Vegas. And as everybody knows the old moniker, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yes.
Unless it doesn't. So she went to Vegas for a mall conference or something like that. Took a lot of people there, spent a lot of money, wasted a bunch of money. Well, one of her assistants was allegedly assaulted by somebody on the team that is from Dolton. And it was a mess. That's actually how I got on this because Pink Book Lessons did a review of that. And I was like, what's up with all this shopping, traveling? She was traveling everywhere. And went to Vegas. One of her assistants got SA'd. Of course, they come back and the young lady tells her she gets fired. So all the whistleblower laws just went out the window. They don't care about none of that stuff.
I'm going to say, what happened?
Whistleblower. So she got fired, and it's just and the alleged trustee that did the assault is still a trustee, and it's just really a lot of grimy dirtiness. So that's just like one aspect of it. We could go down, probably talk for 2 hours about some of all the shenanigans happening in Dolton. We ain't talked about the property. We haven't talked about the leases. We ain't talked about retaliations. There's been so much. I'm telling you, if you want to find Rico, it is in the Southland. He is in the Southland.
Crazy. So what was her background before she became mayor and super mayor and stuff like?
She was a trustee for 8 years or 6 years. She was a trustee. 8 years. She was a trustee in Dolton. So in the city of Dolton. She was a trustee. Wow. And she was a mess then. If you go back and watch, she was a mess then. You're like,
okay, so she's been asking for it. So
she's been lining it up for years.
Wow.
Like, she wasn't a good person then. Like, why did y'all even consider her? And hindsight is 50-50, but I mean, it's 100. But I'm like, we saw this a mile away.
Yeah. Yeah, we can see it the whole time you were telling the story. I was like, what? Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
I really, and I'm probably undercutting it because again, there's a lot of extra flavoring, a lot of extra shading that could be said. I'm just giving you the high, sketch marks. We can really get into the deep weeds, and it's crazy. So needless to say, that's how I met D Love. And again, countless other content creators on this topic is because we were just fascinated. Because a lot of us, I'm like, the whole Township model has taken. D Love has explained it to me and several others because it doesn't even make sense to us. Like,
yeah, because we don't do that. We just do the whole bunch of campings.
Right. I'm like, my mom is a handicapped person in Dolton. She'd be taken care of. I need to ship her up to Dolton. Because Cobb County don't do none of the stuff that y'all do up in Dolton. Like, my mom is a polio survivor. She don't get none of the love that y'all be getting.
Wow.
Like,
you can get a handicap ramp.
Oh, she got the ramp. I mean, but I'm saying, like, y'all will take good care of her. I'm gonna ship her up there to y'all. Give me your address.
Don't forget bingo.
Big bingo. Right on up there. Let me get my mom. Tell her to start back.
Okay.
But, right on up there to Dolton to see how to take care of her. But
nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you as well, friend. I'm gonna let y'all go back. I was literally just running in.
Though.
Say again.
I said we can't let this be the last time.
Absolutely not. D Love, can you give her my information?
I definitely will. I'll text to you.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yes, y'all get out of here, ladies. Enjoy yourselves. I'll be listening, and I'll catch y'all real soon.
Thank you, dear well, Christian.
Nice meeting you. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad he came up. I know I tried to catch.
I'm like, he did that. Yeah, he did that less than I could have done it.
Yeah, that was nice. It was a nice summary. So now I get it. Okay. Because that's crazy. I can't even understand.
It's so much to that story. It's just crazy. But the stuff that she shouldn't have done. She's like this video where she has a whole song, rap song. And then, so she's kind of like she's trying to feed the people, and she's talking about the Tahoe. I mean, they told you couldn't get these Tahoes. You know, you go use a credit card and go buy them and said somebody forged your name. It's the craziest thing ever.
What? It just
It's crazy.
keeps getting worse and worse. Oh gosh.
It's gonna be a Tubi movie.
Yeah. Just like the YSL trial, it's gonna be a movie as well. All of this stuff.
When though?
You know, they got to get done.
Oh, I forget they're not done.
Well, you know what though? They probably are already working on YSL 1. I can already see it, but it's a lot to get through. So stay tuned. I know, right? Yeah.
Yes. I'm waiting for it. Now I feel guilty because I said I wasn't gonna do it, but once that one went away, I kind of fell off on 2. And I said I was trying to stay with it, but I kind of fell off.
Yeah, a lot of people have, because it's right now they're just doing pre-trial hearings, so just meeting to talk about when trial will be, that kind of thing. So it hasn't really been anything exciting. It hasn't been any motion hearings. It hasn't been, they're not close enough to trial yet to start arguing motion and limine and that kind of stuff. The attorneys are still going through discovery, so it hasn't started getting exciting yet. So I would probably think maybe like around May, it'll probably be getting exciting.
Are these people still in jail?
They are.
Oh,
I was gonna say like YSL 1 was like YSL light. Like, yeah, it was a couple of murders in there, right? But it was like no evidence real connecting. Okay, YSL 2 is the heavy. Like, I'm not saying they're guilty or whatever, but it's more like Eppinger allegedly shot at the police when they were coming to arrest him for the probation violation.
Yeah, and they hold on, and they said people were saying, "Oh, he probably shot himself," but we don't know. Go ahead.
Right. Then Demise McMullen, I think he might be already in prison on some charges.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's a murder. So it's like kind of these are like the worst charges. However, it's still no RICO. So it should just be 3 separate cases going on, not the same RICO. Like every time they go to court, that's the first question Judge Whitaker asks, like, are y'all still going forth with the RICO? Like, y'all still hanging on the RICO? So, yeah.
The question, where does the RICO come from, to be honest? Like, I mean, I know the backstory, but y'all use RICO like it's your last name, right? The people didn't have to vote on it, or we're just going to say we're going to just start using RICO?
No, it's been on the books. So it's a charge that's been there. It is just now the mechanism, because there are a lot of kids or people just kind of like moving together in groups doing things. So like there was the rich drug gang or whatever. That was another one that they were trying to do. And so they had a case in Gwinnett County as well. And their indictment looked just like the YSL indictment, just was nobody was famous was on the case, right? But it was a whole kids like 14 to 23, and they were allegedly doing a prescription drug ring or something like that. So because you have a group of people that are allegedly participating in something and doing the same thing, that is kind of the crimes that fall under RICO. The problem with the YSL case, and it was the first case that a lot of people saw, especially out of Atlanta, dealing with RICO, we never saw RICO. So it's like hard to understand how it works, right? But it's really just organized crime. You all moving together, because being in a gang isn't illegal. It is when the gang does illegal shit that makes it a problem. And so it's just a way they can charge. I was in court. I can't remember what county last week. I think I have a lot of court, but I think it might have been like DeKalb County or whatever. And it was a RICO case there. I was like, dang, RICO is like everywhere. It was like, they're doing RICO everywhere.
Really?
It's just a lot of defendants under an umbrella. So that's why we're starting to see it more. And there are a lot of gangs in Atlanta. There are, like, it really wasn't proven a lot in the YSL case, right? We saw they wore the same color, they hung out, they had their little symbols and stuff like that, right? But there are a lot of gangs. There are gangs in Atlanta. I know y'all had that problem in Chicago as well, right? So gangs do exist, and they do bad things. And so that is kind of the agenda of the city, is to stop these kids, because they will start a gang off anything. It's like, oh, the Range Rover gang, we steal the Range Rovers. The Porsche gang, we steal the Porsches. The Kia gang, the Kia boys, they still in the Kia. Man, so that's the problem.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. And you try to catch kids when they're young, but it's the hybrid gangs is what they call it. And I'm shocked that Atlanta really has so many gangs, because the colleges are there. And you think most of the people be in college.
But it's, what do these kids see? What are they fed? Like, a lot of times, because, I do criminal defense and I've been doing it for 20 years. So when I first started, you go to court, the courtroom would be packed with people, defendants, right? And it'll be a lot of old heads, a lot of old guys. You may see 1 or 2 kids. Now it's all kids lined up there, like 14 to 23. They're the ones that are committing the serious offenses, what we call in Georgia the 7 deadlies, the murders, the armed robberies, the aggravated assaults, the rapes, the child molest. I mean, it is a lot of serious crimes, and they're doing this on their first arrest. So I used to, back in the day, first arrest, it's like weed at school, stealing. Now they killing, first arrest. And so it's just a different time. So because of that, that's what's getting locked up. And so that's what they're trying to prevent. But when you say start young, it's got to from birth. It's like once they get 6, if you haven't set like a discipline standard in there, it's going to get a little harder. And once they get like 12, 11 and 12, if you haven't, it's a wrap. If they're headed down a negative path,
right?
Wrap. Parents are just too lenient these days. Like, we need to go back.
Definitely.
Yeah, like, what
can't
happened?
Beat them.
Like, what happened? When did we stop
beating them?
Yeah. I represent kids, they 16 and they out at 2:30 in the morning. I had a 12 a.m. until I graduated high school and went to college. Period. Like, what's going on at 2:30 in the morning, your child need to be out there doing at 16? Nothing.
So really, it needs to start with the parents, because you got to go to the parents and get them. I don't want to say trained. That'd be, but it's something that you do with these parents because they're young. Because we were all young at one point, but we still have what our parents taught us, so we don't let our children do that.
Yes, but I think I really think it was a change because I came out of high school in '97, so that's when you saw a lot more teenage pregnancy in high school. So people started having kids young. So like the kids 97, 08-ish. Like their parents were young when they had them, right? So they were at the point where I hated what my parents did to me, so I'm gonna do different. So my child don't have to say yes sir, no sir, no ma'am. They're not gonna have to. We ain't got to go to church every Sunday. We ain't don't have to do this. But the things you are removing took away the things that those the lessons and stuff that were learned through those things, right? So
that's true.
Respect your elders. These kids don't anymore. There's no. Everybody on the same level. I don't care if you 5, 10, 50, they feel like they can talk to you any kind of way. You can't tell them anything. So that comes from you not teaching your child to respect their elders and that there's a different level. There's a child level and there's an adult level. And so those type of things are missing. I'm sorry. Going to church, saying an Easter speech and a Christmas play and all that kind of stuff. I'm just saying it just breeds a different person. Like when you learn to have something you pray to or something that grounds you through hard times, whatever it is, that takes you through things, right? These kids are not experiencing that like we did, so they don't have anything that's poured into them. So if you're not, I'm a Christian, and so I believe in baptism for kids. So I believe we should give them back to the Lord, right? And so a lot of times I hear people say these kids different. I don't know what God these came from. The same, but you never gave them back. So you didn't baptize them, right? You didn't give them back to the Lord so that He can cover them and be some substance inside of them. So what are they filling themselves with? Video games, social media, drill music. I don't know what y'all started with that drill music. What is that? I was at a party and they started playing some song and I was like, just the beat, just the music, it just feels like murder music, you know?
And they just dancing with it too.
Yeah, you do, but it's like
in other words
and stuff, and it's like if that's the only thing they're pouring into themselves and not anything positive and no structure, that is what they're going to go to when they get angry or get into conflict. So what happens in those social media and those music and those lyrics, what happens when they get in conflict? They shoot. Yeah, these kids kill and shoot over everything. They just shot up a prom party last week. Someone died. So it's just it's just a different era, and it was just parents just have to look at it as a different area and really be tougher kind of a little than we were back in the day because there's so much exposure out there. So I just keep them on prayer.
Yes. Now, what determines you for you to take on a client? What do you look for before you take a client?
Well, we do free consultations on the criminal and personal injury case side. And so I just want to hear about the case. So I can do anything criminal. So, and I'm interested in pretty much anything criminal. So what area you in? What are the charges? What are your results that you're looking for? Because you have to be realistic, right? Sometimes people are calling if you're asking for something that I know I can't deliver because the law doesn't allow it, but you won't listen, then you're not the client for me. For example, sovereign citizens, like sometimes they believe that their law is the law and not the constitution that we actually live under. And so when I'm trying to advise you and you want me to file some paperwork and all this stuff that's not technically legal, then you're not my client, right? Because you're not going to listen. So just anybody charged with a crime and I go all over Georgia. So we have 150 counties in Georgia. And so the goal is to practice in every one of them. So I'm just scratching counties off the list. So I'm there.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. You're a busy sister. And you do all this about you. I mean, I know you say you have 4 other people working for you, but you're the only attorney working there?
Right now, I'm the only full-time attorney in-house. I do have a contract attorney. I have a couple of contract attorneys that I'll work with if I need coverage for court. And I am getting ready to, I would say by Q3, hiring a full-time associate in-house to help me out. So we need, I just got to kind of build the base first. So I have a paralegal and 3 assistants, a case manager, receptionist, and a legal assistant. So we're busy. So like the PI side, the personal injury, that's kind of staff heavy side, right? I don't really get involved a lot in less front and back end on those kind of cases. So it leaves me open to do a lot in the criminal side. So we make it work.
You got your hands full. I got a question for you. What is the name? Like, okay, so like somebody gets an attorney, right? And I've heard, and I don't just give you like $5,000. I give you $5,000. It just go directly into your pocket. Because I remember Bonnie Willis and her boyfriend, and it don't go directly into your pocket. It's supposed to go to some kind of pot, and they draw from it.
Yes,
isn't that correct?
Yes. So when we're retained on cases, so with criminal cases, I do flat fees, and so we, as attorneys, are not supposed to actually receive the funds until we earn the funds. So when the money first comes in, we'll sit it into a trust account, and we'll kind of, I keep track of my hours on the case, and we'll basically transfer the money over as it's earned into operating. As far as like PI cases, when that comes in, that whole settlement check, no matter the amount, is deposited into the trust account. And then we pay the medical bills and expenses out of that, pay the client out of that, and then the firm is paid from that as well. So we don't receive any money in-house until it's earned. So that is what's supposed to occur.
I'm sorry. Isn't that typical for all attorneys, no matter what city or state you're in? It has to go to this, I forget what it's called.
Trust account.
Yeah. Trust account, yes.
So we all are required to have one when you're in private practice. If you're a government employee, though, you don't have a trust account because you work for the state, right? So you don't have you're not receiving clients' funds. So the funds that you get from the commissioners or the county or tax money and stuff, that goes into the government, the county's budget. But as far as private, so is what came up during Nathan Wade and Fonnie Willis, like his trust account. Yeah. So sometimes you will see attorneys, because I used to do family law for 10 years, and you would hear stories in that realm where people will hide money in their trust account. So basically, I'm sitting money over here and I'm kind of living off of this money, but I'm not putting it in my operating. Therefore, it's not realized income, so I don't have to pay taxes on it. That's a dirty game. That is basically the money games is the number one way that you can get disbarred or get in trouble with the bar. Like, we don't get in trouble for like making a wrong decision on a case or like that, but it's mostly play with somebody's money and they'll sit you down.
So when I think of the Tiffany Henyard situation and different scenarios, she's had several attorneys, and she don't listen to them. Like there was a meeting this week, Today was today. Today for Saturday. Yeah, I think it was this week at the village hall, and the attorney was on the Zoom, and one of the trustees, they wanted to be in the meeting on the phone, and so one of the trustees who were actually in this asked the attorney, could you explain if the person on the phone can be on the phone for the meeting? And Tiffany and the attorney said yes for different reasons. And they gave the reason, and the attorney said yes, she can be on the phone during the meeting because she has childcare issue. Tiffany says, no, I don't agree. And what she did that for, they ended the meeting. I said, that's what happens when you don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
So this I was wondering, like, what do you do if people don't listen to you?
Fire them sometimes.
Are you fired?
The
Okay.
way this is gonna work is if we respect each other's positions and roles, and
Mm-hmm.
you're paying me for my advice. So if I am advising you to do things that are good for your case, and you continue to do things that hurt your case, what am I can't do. You're handicapping me. I can't do anything. So I don't need to keep wasting your time and taking your money when you're not allowing me to be efficient or successful in my role. So we might as well just end this, and maybe you can do it yourself or find somebody else that you can listen to or respect better, because what was the point? However,
Yeah.
I'm not saying like every little thing, because clients don't listen. Like I have clients, I always tell them, when you get arrested for DUI, you get pulled over, investigated for DUI, shut the fuck up and take the ride. Be quiet. Don't do a test, don't do a breath sample, blood sample,
Oh,
nothing.
really?
And you'll get a phone call, and it's like, hey, Miss Adams, I got another DUI. I was like, oh, did you listen? Well, I did the feels, but so you didn't listen. You didn't listen. So that's your detriment, right? That's gonna hurt you. So let me see what I can do. But if so, that kind of stuff, I understand, right? I tell you all, quiet, don't talk to the police unless, and you call me after you went in and did your interview. I can forgive that kind of stuff, right? But once we get into the case and we get started, don't do things against what your attorney is advising you, because you're just frustrating things, right? You're making me look crazy. You're hurting the case. That's a big thing in family cases. People don't like to listen, they like to play the game. Like, family law is a game. So who presents well during this case? It's 9 months, maybe to a year and a half. Can you behave during that time? Like, just follow the rules. So sometimes you have to let people go.
Oh, wow. And she be in the bushes, so sometimes she does listen to our channel. Because one day I talked about her hair and her nails, and when I went to the meeting, she started talking about it. So I said, "Oh yeah, she was in the bushes."
Oh, she was in the bushes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you
So
always have some lurkers in the bushes, right? They don't want to make themselves known, but they listening. So if you're listening,
yeah.
just follow your attorney's advice. That's why you paid them, you hired them, they've gone to law school, they know what they're doing. Trust in it. So yeah, hopefully she listens.
I don't know. She thinks she went too far, especially if the three-letter people are out here. Let's see. Status quo say Henyard is unilateral, unapproached to governance, abusive of the public and her trustees, allegedly. Allegedly.
Just doing what she wants to do, one-sided, not being a team.
Mm,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Crazy.
She used to have a whole slew of like police guarding her. She's been over. She wiped that out. So now her boyfriend has to be her private security.
Did she fire them all, or did everybody quit, or
They
drop?
can't afford to pay him. Afford to
Oh,
pay people to guard her anymore.
oh, well.
Unfortunately. But before I'm not gonna hold you. I have one question. Did
Oh,
you ever get your room set up? I remember you showed us, you were showing us the room, how you set it up, and
yes,
somebody was supposed to come out and
yes. I got everything set up. So I got 3 monitors. I
oh,
got
you do.
the like, just how Lee, because you're taking his course.
Yes.
So the
Yes.
setup he has, I got that exact same setup. So
Really.
I do have to I have to do some work on the Ethernet connection, whatever, but we are hardwired, but I just need to update some things with that. But yeah, it's been great. I love it.
Oh,
So I'm
oh
being
my gosh.
gotten a lot of work done. I'm going to be able to just to kind of get back on, and so I'll be coming live. I'm not sure if I'm going to do tomorrow or Monday, but I'll be live a couple of times this week coming up, and just making sure I'm on weekly. So going forward.
Yes, right, because Lita Turner said lives is where it's at. I said,
Yeah,
okay,
yes.
trying to be consistent.
I'm gonna do some vibes too, though. Just some evergreen content, because just some things that need to people just come quickly and see, what to do if you get pulled over for a DUI.
Yeah.
Is it the detective calls and say they want you to come in and talk, those kind of things, just so people can kind of learn what to do. The answer is always shut up.
She said, shut the TF up.
Yeah,
If you don't know today, you better learn today.
You better learn today. We don't walk people in to talk to the police. We do not talk to the police because they're allowed to legally lie to you. So it's no point in having a conversation with somebody where you're coming to the table to tell the truth and they're allowed to lie. They don't tell you in advance what they want to talk about. You don't get to see all the evidence that they're referencing and the fact that they get to lie. Like they get to literally tell you that somebody else said you did something. They get to say they got you on tape. They get to say they got pictures. They get to say that somebody picked you out of photo lineup. All of that could be a lie, but they're legally allowed to do that. So what's the point of having a conversation with somebody if you're not going to be on the level playing field? There's none.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't know, will things ever change, right?
Yeah.
It probably won't.
No, that's the law. So it's just, remember, don't talk to the police. Like if police are calling to have a conversation, they're looking for information they don't know. So if you don't provide it, maybe it goes nowhere. Or number two, they already got probable cause and possibly a warrant out for you. And they just want an opportunity to see if they can get you to talk and confess prior to arresting you. Because everybody knows, like, once you get arrested, nobody's going to talk at that point. But if they can bring you in and, hey, man, we just looking into this and want to know, where were you last night? It's just like, we just here to help. And, all of that bullshit they kick. It's all just to get you to give a little statement, confirm some of the evidence in the case, and then they're going to take you on off. And sometimes you won't even leave. So never talk to the police.
Okay. I know that, but I hope I keep that when I get in that position. I'll be like, Lord, I saw Tamar. Was that Tamar? No, was one of them Braxtons at the her police force? She had a DUI.
One of Braxton?
It was years. Yeah, it was a couple years ago, and she had to take a picture with her wig off. I said that was enough for me to never ever get in trouble. Never.
Okay, because you're gonna be crying, snotting.
Deborah, one of the subscribers said, "Hello, D Love and the Fit Lawyer ATL she's from Arizona. What do you think about or went wrong with the male and female lawyer Tiffany Henyard had?" Okay, she doesn't really know much about Tiffany Henyard and what she got going on. That'd probably be kind of hard for her even just to have an opinion, not that it's facts.
Yeah.
And why? The last part of the question is, why did they have to have taken her case? She want to know why would these attorneys take her case and stop showing up? Yeah, she wouldn't know that part. Yeah, you wouldn't know that.
It just might have been a difference of opinion. Sometimes your clients don't listen. Sometimes they fire you. Like I can fire a client. Sometimes they fire me. I've had clients get mad about things, and I'm like, "Hey," they're like, "No, I want to hire somebody." Okay, well, hey, it's your money, it's your case. I can't, we just in jail, so we can fire each other. If this relationship doesn't work, that's rare that it happens. Just because,
they're trying to get out. They're not really trying to stay in there.
Exactly. And I treat everybody like family. So once you have it's like I'm on it, I'm right there with you. So
that's why I like the people from the South. They are so nice. Midwest people, no shade.
We are. It's like all that Southern hospitality.
Yes. So more quickly, the jail. Has that jail, what is it called? I remember Woody talked about it. Wright Street, yes. Has it changed? Have the people, the officers, have they gotten raises or they got anything changed?
It's gonna take a lot for that to change. When I started as a public defender in 2006, I was at that jail a lot, maybe 3 days, 4 days a week. And it was run down then. That was 2006. It's almost 20 years later. So it's even worse condition. Honestly, I just don't see how they don't get around just imploding and rebuilding. So it should be interesting to see. They got a lot of money from once the federal lawsuit was filed, they reached a consent order to get millions of dollars to rebuild and refurbish or whatever and fix it. So slowly but surely, but it's gonna take a lot because that place was falling apart. It was to the point where the inmates were taking the metal out of the wall to use it as shanks. And it's because
Yeah.
wall had just been so broken down over time. It's I don't see how it's safe to
No, I
even
don't see it. Yeah, when you hear about it, it sounds crazy.
yeah, but as far as like employees, like just employees everywhere have changed, right? So
Mhm.
just how people work, their work ethic, all of that stuff is different. And so that is what you have now when it comes to the COs and stuff working inside of the jails, is that's why you have so many cases with them sleeping with the inmates or trying to
That's
sneak drugs
crazy.
and stuff because they're, this is a different mindset, a different mentality, lack of maturity. They're not like,
Mhm.
The older generation when it comes to stuff, right? They were in there coming in, like when I came in 06, a lot of those people have since retired. They were getting a job
Mhm.
at 18, they were working till they were about 40, and then they were retiring and going on to second careers and other stuff. So that's just kind of not where they are. And then in some counties,
Mhm.
like Clayton County, they're hiring gangbangers. So they get jobs, they can get inside and be able to take weapons to their, gang member, friends, whatever. It's a mess. It's just a mess.
Okay, the crazy thing when you talk about this is like your community doesn't get upset. Like even with Dolton, they took a couple of people to make it like to get some action done. In Atlanta, it's like you all have what it takes to get it done, but nobody's getting on the camera and like fighting to like changes, build a new one. Because with the one little guy, I don't know, he didn't rot, he died. Cause some
So
ate his body up.
it was
So a
like
lot of
34. I don't even know what the final count was last year. I think upwards to 30 or not more died last year. And so there's
mm,
a lawsuit. There's a lawsuit now for people who have injured or lost their lives. So people are doing well, it's not marches and rallies, but the attorneys and people are suing and they're trying to change things, but it's too many different factors that create the problems, right? So the jail is old. It's not a lot of people, quality people, staff, right, to be able to house, but there's not locks on the door. So if you're
mhm,
there, you're not going to run into a room full of 100 inmates, right? If they're fighting and you're just two deputies, you're going to wait till SWAT team can come in.
mm,
So, but the problem is COVID slowed down the court system. So people are getting arrested for more serious crimes. They're getting higher bond amounts. They're not able to get out. So it's creating
mhm,
an overflow. So there are too many people in jail across the counties in Georgia. What happened? They're sitting there for long periods of time. Like the YSL case was an anomaly. It's the only case that it went so fast because attorney Brian Steele and Keith Adams filed a speedy trial demand. So the trial occurred sooner than it probably naturally would have. So there are people in custody now
mhm.
that have been in jail since 21, 22, 23, still waiting on trial. So when you keep piling up all these people waiting on trials, now it's becoming like a prison mentality and lifestyle in this little confined jail. So you got
Mm,
gang wars, you got this war,
mhm.
people still in commissary. It's breeding that in all of the metro county jails, and it's just unfortunately not going to change unless a lot of factors change.
Yeah, like here, Cook County, they are unionized. So I
What
think
is
that's like they have a union, the correctional officers.
Oh, see, Chicago, Illinois is a union state, and see,
Hmm.
so that's the difference too.
So they get paid more. So they ain't with it. Like in Atlanta, they don't get paid that much to be an officer. So
Nope.
it's it breeds different people.
Yeah, it does, and it breeds different
Mm,
those people to do different things. So they'll take the risk of smuggling in drugs, for people or
cell
sex,
phone.
whatever, because they need to make extra cash. So it's sad. So
So now I
yeah,
got a question. Since you said that, do you think people know that do people know that the people in jail have actual cell phones?
they talking to him on them. Shit, I get clients call me on them.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, what? Like, no, call through the system. I got call my number through the system. Like, don't call me commit another crime.
Yeah. Oh my
But
gosh.
girl, I got so many people on Facebook that are in prison. They posting because you can tell the inside of jails, right? What they look like and stuff. They posting pictures. They're on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
People have cell phones. Yes, that they're aware because all the calls are recorded. So they try to get around the phone calls. I saw that question quickly.
Yeah, I was gonna bring you back up when you was finished.
All right.
Okay, Deborah asked the question. Thank you for answering my question. And I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, visiting my daughter. And I was wondering, can you practice law anywhere in the United States as long as you pass the bar and certify as a lawyer?
Yes. So
Oh.
once you every state requires you to be admitted to their bar, and some states have what's called reciprocity. So they'll allow once you practice 3 or 5 years, I think 5 may be the minimum years in say Georgia, and I want to go to say Arizona, they have reciprocity, then I would just fill out an application and transfer over, and I wouldn't have to take the bar exam again. They would just accept me. Now, there's some states that I would have to take the bar exam for. Like, I don't think New York has reciprocity. I don't think somewhere like California does. So I wouldn't have to take the multiple choice portion again, but I would have to take the essay portion again, which is going to be more specific to that jurisdiction. So if you always my advice is to go to law school where you want to practice. If you have no clue, it's easier. But yeah, some states do allow the reciprocity, and then that's just the application.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but you
Interesting.
cannot practice in the state unless you're licensed to practice there. Unless, of course, you enter what's called pro hoc vice, which means you're allowed to enter just to work on a case. So, like me and James Robichaud, which is happily angry Esquire or lawyer, happily angry lawyer on Twitter and stuff. Him and I are representing Moonton, Antonio
Are you?
YSL case for any appeal issues he has on his case. So he is out in California. So he had to file an application to come in pro hoc vice, and that was recently order was granted on that to allow him to work on the case with us in Georgia. So you can do it that way on one-off for cases, but you have a license in any state that you practice in.
Well, she a big time lawyer now. Yeah. I'm lucky to get her today. Shonda say people dying in custody.
Yes, it's so sad. Like it's so sad. Like one guy had mental health issues, and that's the one
Mm,
bugs ate him, and they found him dead in a cell. Some have been through stabbings, fightings,
mm.
malnourished, like different reasons, because it's a lot of mental illness in the world, and just not mental health facilities to house people in. So they're just housed in a regular jail with everyone else. So it's sad.
So Atlanta or Georgia does not have a mental institution for because these people are just in jail. They're not in prison.
Yeah, so they haven't been
But
convicted or anything yet. So it's not a lot of they have a few mental health hospitals around, but Georgia Regional, which is the big one, it's not a lot of small facilities around. So like when you get, let's say, there was a case here Christmas time where a young man had a mental health incident, is what everyone's presuming, and killed his aunt. I think it was on Christmas Day. Come to find out, he had a case 4 or 5 months prior pending, and they had ordered a psych eval, but they were still waiting. You know, like it's just a backlog. So it's just so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate.
we can't get away from it. The Mac Man Morning Show said great Saturday evening to you, Queen, and your wonderful guests.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
man. Thank you so much.
And if you haven't, please, if you haven't, please and thank you. First of all, hit the like button.
Yes.
And also, yeah, no, I'm like, how many times I gotta tell somebody to hit the like button? This probably drives me nuts.
Like you come in the room, you say good morning. Like you come in the room, hit the like button.
Yeah. And if you haven't, please and thank you. Please go to the Fit Lawyer ATL's YouTube page and join and subscribe, please. She a real lawyer, and she be breaking stuff down. That's how I found her with the lead attorney. Okay, Shonda. Shonda said, I worked as a deputy bailiff for 17 years. I took an early retirement. I saw way more than I wanted to ever see in life.
Thank you for your service, because I can only imagine. Like I can only imagine. It's the things you hear, the things my clients tell me. I just
Mm.
imagine.
Hey, the Mac Man Morning Show. We have Miss Tiffany, not that Tiffany, Dolton Tiffany, but we got the real criminal attorney Tiffany here.
Yes,
And don't forget to go to her YouTube page and subscribe. Thank you, Miss Regina. She dropped it in there for me. Yes, he wanted to know what do you do. I said she an attorney, a
okay.
real
Not
one.
that Tiffany. It's not.
Really. I hope that people take on and take your slogan to shut the TF up serious.
And take the
And
right.
take like you should train your kids. I remember back in the day, I had told my sons this. I don't know if they listened or not. I said, when the police stop you, keep your hands on the wheels and don't move, and just be nice to them.
Yeah.
But I never told them
And be quiet. That's the
be
thing. Like,
quiet.
like, oh, but I got a Fifth Amendment right to do this, and I got a Fourth Amendment right. It's like, but you got a Sixth Amendment right to remain silent. That's the
Mm.
right that you should invoke. Period.
And,
Like
and
some are what
uh-huh.
you call, what's the word? Like ID states where you have to show your identification. So Georgia is an ID state. So
no, it's not.
you go over and they ask for your identification. You have to show that. But after that, that's it. Be quiet. I'm gonna kind of edit the video a little bit, but I have a client, and I asked her if I could use her video. Perfect example. Pulled over the UI. She didn't say nothing. She didn't consent to a search. You say no. If they still search, fine. But if you say no and they still search, and they didn't have probable cause or they didn't have articulable suspicion to be able to stop the vehicle, then I can get the stuff thrown out. But as soon as you say yes to a search, you've legalized all of the illegal activities. So you hurt yourself. So say no politely, don't consent to anything, be quiet, and just take the ride. And let's get out and get that thing.
I have to remember that because let me tell you, one day I was driving my husband's car. He has a Charger, and I didn't know that the plates had expired. I'm watching them. I'm watching the police pulling somebody over. I'm like, ooh, they getting pulled over, and they didn't know they could pulling me over. And then he gonna walk the little man gonna time out. You got any drugs in here? What? I said, why would I have drugs in my car? I did sit, and that's all I said. But I didn't realize. Just shut up.
Just be quiet. And that's how they do. They ask you that question, and they're like, "Well, you mind if I search?" And see, you think I didn't put nothing in the car, so sure, search. Right. You ain't know your little son had the car last night, and they was in the so now it's shaking in the back and on the floor, and like a little blunt left or something, and now you going to jail for possession of marijuana, and all of that could have been avoided if you said no, because he didn't smell anything. So don't consent. Stop telling on ourselves. Like
that's true. I was like, I feel like, I need to get his badge number because ain't nothing I did made you say to pull me over, but the license plate. He ran the license plate. That's how he did it because the sticker was on the plate was up to date. That's why you running my plates.
Yeah,
I ain't going to jail. I'm telling you.
And then they got a lot of cars. Well, at least in Georgia, they have the tag scanners. So you'll just be riding down the road. That's why I tell people if you have an active warrant, don't ride in a vehicle that's registered to you because the tag reader will pick it up and they'll pull you over. And it's simply because the owner of the vehicle has a warrant. That's enough for them to pull the vehicle over to check and see if that driver's in it. So they'll do it. They'll do it all the time. So just, can't be riding dirty.
They ain't got to worry about me. But you're right. That's why I said we had to have you on here so you could set the record straight. So all you people on here don't be like me. I'll be talking to these people who be pulling you over.
Don't be talking. I see Shonda said something about, yes, I did talk about it. I think if the Alphabet Boys came 11 months ago, they should be coming back around for arrest soon for Tiffany. So I got to stay tuned to your channel so I can see what happens.
I'm telling you, girl, this is the money tree right here. This content. That's what she's saying. Hey, the Mac Morning Show said he has to have you on his show.
Yes.
And
Okay,
pass it
so go
on.
to my channel and my email address is in my bio. So
Mm-hmm. Uh, model stance. She's in Atlanta, and she said, "Be safe in the storm tonight."
yeah, we're supposed to have very high winds and some possible tornadoes tonight. So from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. So y'all keep us in prayer. So
Oh no! Every time I want to go to Florida, uh,
yeah.
Deborah said, "I'm retired from adult probation." And did you have many cases where youthful offenders were on adult probation?
You know what? Not so much in the past, but we're seeing it now because they're committing,
Really?
like the armed robberies, the murder cases. Well, you ain't getting probation for murder, but like aggravated assault, so very serious crimes. So yes, but when it's because I remember back in the day, youthful offenders, man, they used to be like the drug cases or
Um,
shoplifting cases. So they would usually sit them back in court.
mhm.
Sometimes their case would be dismissed because they spent all day in court. They would really work with them, but now they don't even have the opportunity because they these YNs, they committing
Why,
all
yes.
shit. So it's like they don't have a choice. So
Yeah.
yes, we're starting to see a lot more young people, which is I always
Wow.
try to involve the parent or whatever
Uh-huh.
the guardian is so that they can help them be successful because it's a lot on probation. Because as a child, you're at the point where you're starting to explore, try things, and telling you, no, I'm gonna be drug testing you, I'm gonna be monitoring you, and they test for alcohol, they test for everything, and all
Oh.
they're too young to do that. It's kind of what goes on, right? So it's just really best to stay out the system. But yeah,
Mm,
we are seeing more kids on adult probation. Yeah.
really?
Prison,
Kids.
yeah, life sentences is
Life?
horrible. Oh
Kids
yeah,
are getting life?
I know the true statistics, but I will bet that every week in Georgia a child gets life. Like they just had a case in Gwinnett a few weeks ago.
Wow.
3 boys were retried on killing a coach, a college, like a high school coach or whatever, at a gas station. They all got life plus 120, life plus 80, life plus something. So at 17, 18, they're going to prison for the rest of their life. So it's real.
So they never would get probation or have an opportunity to get out of jail?
After 30 years. So in Georgia, life is 30 years. Life is the rest of your whole life, but you're
Right.
eligible for parole after 30 years. So
Mm.
17, when they get 47, they'll be eligible for parole, but I don't know how many people in Georgia really get paroled out from murder cases.
Mm. So quick question. So when people leave jail and go to prison, is the quality of life in prison better in Georgia?
Yeah, in the
Okay.
sense of, it's like it's bigger. It's a bigger facility, so everybody's not
Mm.
stacked up on each other on top of floors, right? It's more of like a spread out facility, so it's less people. So you have more room. They'll have opportunities to get jobs, so you don't necessarily have
Mm.
to stay in your cell, just depending on what level you are. If you're
Mhm.
or max security, if you're max security, you could be on 23-hour lockdown a day and come out just at 1 hour, but you'll just be in a cell with one other person. Where county jail, they might be in a cell 3, 4, 5 to a cell, just depending on how crowded they are at the time. Food, I guess, would say maybe better, from what
Uh,
I hear, than your commissary options, and just, coming out to the yard. There's no coming
mhm.
out to the yard in county lockup. There's no yard to go to. You're in, like I'm saying, you're
Oh.
like a high-rise jail, so it's no outside. So just that change. Structure is different, so it's not necessarily about being handcuffed all the time everywhere you go. It's more so put your back on the wall, or look away when somebody pass, like you're not moving around shackled all the time. So it's
Oh.
better in that
Oh.
sense, but what ain't none of that shit is good, right? Because being locked up in cage, period, is not good. But in comparison, yes, prison is better than being in a county jail.
And that's the part that's baffled to me is if you know that you're gonna go and be in this facility in this one room for all your life, why would you want to go do the stuff to get in that place?
I know.
Like in Texas, right? With the crew they unalive that little girl. I'm like, why would y'all even get involved in that? That's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's sad. It's we just really need to just go back to the old days in the sense of what we had for kids. Like where are the Boys and Girls Club? Like let's get these kids to do. They don't do nothing. They just an idle mind is a devil's playground. So it's like they're just getting swept up in it.
And Atlanta is the homes of the churches.
Right. Girl, parents be taking their kids. They don't. Girl, these kids ain't seen the inside of church ever. It's so bad. Just what the foundational principles that we've gotten away from that allowed us to be who we are today, right? And successful and have a good head on our shoulder. Like there were things that our parents did and implemented in us to be able to produce that. Like kids are not just born smart or motivated or whatever. They hit whatever expectation level you set for them. And so we just really need to go back to some old school stuff.
I receive that, honey.
Or we're gonna be forced into it. So it's gonna happen.
I agree. I was having a conversation with someone today. Yeah, they was talking about church and stuff. And I said, oh, we are going to be forced into making some changes. And if the big man in that big office keep doing what he's doing, you know, words cannot explain what is going to happen if we don't get ourselves together.
Exactly.
Hey, Sandra, she said at the Fit Attorney ATL, I don't know why I want to call you attorney, the Fit Lawyer ATL, have you already touched on this? I was late. Oh, I think you said that. Do you agree that the Alphabet people building a case against Tiffany?
I think so. Like I was saying, like if they came, someone said they came 11 months ago twice. I think that's how the feds work. They come, they investigate, they gather, they talk to people, they disappear. A year later, they come back and it's charges because they just have been sitting back, connecting all of the dots, going through all the bank accounts, looking for all the money, looking for whatever the allegations are. They just sit back and investigate. Like you can see that with Diddy's case, right? Like they raid on the home in March, and they didn't arrest him until September. But Cassie's lawsuit had come out like that prior November. So really, it had been an investigation from November to September. They take their time. They want to make sure they have a case that they can actually prosecute because feds move quick. Like you get arrested, you're arraigned the next day possibly, and the case is going. Diddy got arrested September. His trial's May 5th. They don't play around. So
I'm waiting for to get a little dirt. I mean, it's been a while. I'm like, what's taking the hold up?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, see, now his was just a little different only because we weren't at the point of being ready to quite arrest him when he got arrested. It was more so they thought he was fleeing. So it was like, let's hurry up. So they had to jump the gun a little bit. So they had to kind of double back and do on his. So they weren't quite ready when they first arrested him, but we shall see.
He could have been out longer had he just stayed put in the United States.
Yeah, but when you don't think he didn't get the call. People had started to get picked up. So other people that you associate with or he know better than we do what happened, right? So when people start getting picked up, people start getting worried, people start running. So so I mean, if his attorneys are true, if it really was some layover flights, or was it really trying to throw him off? I mean, I guess we'll never know.
We will never know. Shonda, sorry, I butchered your name. Chandra said the Alphabet Boys only come if they have a solidified case.
Yeah,
case. Excuse me.
Yeah, they're not coming out there
solid. Solid.
Yeah, they're not coming out there for nothing else.
And Miss Regina said, with so many youth getting adult charges, are there any intervention programs in place to deter the youth from getting into trouble?
I wish there were more. I just feel like we got away from that, right? Like, what are there? Is it after school programs anymore? Do we have like the Boys and Girls Club or the youth groups? Like, are kids participating in those type of things? All I ever hear kids talking about, they playing video games, sitting in the house. I don't feel like parents really push their kids as a whole. Now, when I speak, I'm speaking in generalization. So I'm, 75%, 25, I'm speaking in 60-40, not all. But a lot of kids, we don't see them involved in extracurricular activities. We were in school, it was like, what you signing up for?
Yeah.
You don't get to come home and just sit on the couch and play video games. Like, what are you doing next? Even at church, it was, what are you going to sign up for? Usher board? You're going
Yeah.
the YPD group downstairs? You're
Yeah.
going to choir? What you going to do? It's like our parents always had us planning to do something. Like, even
Right.
want to be when you grow up. That was a common
Mhm.
question when we were growing up, right? Now, shoot, girl, I have clients. I'm like, so what's next for you? They're like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Really?
Ain't nobody never asked me that. What the heck? Like,
Really?
it's so sad. I'm like, yo,
Oh,
like,
I
these
can't
are
believe
all
that.
conversations. So a lot of kids aren't really
Not
looking
a
past right now.
not a teacher that says what you want to be when you grow up.
Girl, teachers, just even that has changed, right? Because we know when we were
Yeah.
our teachers, and I'm not saying this is a lot. This is just some, right? Don't even really look at that profession as you're pouring into and molding someone to be this. It's just they just did get a check.
Mhm.
Um, no, it's so sad. And then sometimes the teachers are asking, but guess what? If your parents aren't reinforcing, then that's a question during an hour class out of, once a week or something. It's not something that people are really pouring into these kids and they're holding on to. It's just a different world. And we really just need to go back to a lot of just old school values and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I was a substitute. I only did it for a little bit because I almost had to reach out and grab somebody. I said, Nana, you can't go to jail. This ain't for you. And
Yeah.
then
These
the
kids,
little boy was like third grade. And this was right after COVID. They went back to school.
I don't see how you
And the
what
little,
set up.
yeah, my life ain't set up that way. The teacher said, the one teacher said, "Oh, he's a runner. Let him go. Oh, he's gonna get up and just run out the class when he feel like it. Oh, okay. This is my last day here."
Girl. And then, a lot of that too is just like how these kids eat and stuff, right? They're like so hyper, they eat all
Mm-hmm.
this cereal and this bad
All
stuff.
that
Like,
sugar.
so yes, and it's making them,
Mm-hmm.
all the kids got ADHD or some kind of they're on medication for something. And it's just a different time. We just really need to just change a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and what I had noticed then was because of COVID is going to be our real big problem, right? Those kids were at home, so a lot of those behavioral issues were because they didn't really force to sit and watch that computer. They fall asleep at the computer, they're not paying attention. So when they went back to school, they really didn't know, and they don't know, and so we're just passing them on. So these are going to be the children that attorney is going to have to go talk to, or they're going to have to see a lawyer because they never fixed that issue that in between a couple of years.
I really feel like a lot of people should just been held back.
Mm-hmm.
Kept to get those because it's hard. Like, it was just a hard time for everybody. Like, we didn't know we were gonna die.
Yeah,
The world was ending. Parents
that's
trying to
true.
adjust and work at home while they trying to keep some kids at home, trying to set up some laptops, trying to log on to the little
Yes.
all of this. It was a lot for a lot of people. So I really think a lot of people just should have just been held back and did a lot of do-overs. So
Mm-hmm.
grasp what they were missing. So it's just a lot, man. It's a lot of stuff different since COVID. It's a lot. We just got to keep the kids in prayer.
Yes, because it's all gonna be manifest. Gonna see what it's gonna be soon. The Mac morning. Oh
Yeah,
yes,
I'm coming
yes,
on.
Mac.
I'm gonna look up the
Yes,
show. I'm gonna look up the channel. I'm gonna subscribe. I'm coming.
yes. Okay, Monica, I'm still here listening. Oh, just behind. It's okay. It's fine. Yes, I'm the Mac Man Morning Show. Yes, we have a very severe weather in my region. I think it's in Mississippi. Really bad, and there are several fatalities. Dang.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Miss Regina, I grew up in Evanston, Illinois. And if you didn't make it to the after school program on time, someone was out looking for you.
Yes.
Mm.
That was what was going on back in the day. So we used to always be involved in stuff. Vacation
Hmm.
Bible school.
Vacation Bible School,
Always 2 weeks in the summer. It's like always stuff
CBS.
involved in. They don't have a lot of that stuff now. Like, I don't hear kids
Mm.
talking about after school care and going to the clubs and
Mm.
participating in little stuff. They just go home and play video games.
Yeah, I think the kids next door playing. I was like, oh, I wish they'd go in the house.
Like, we used to love playing outside. Like,
Yeah.
younger, we had video games, but we only played them until it was 10 a.m. because my daddy was like, Don't be going to knock on nobody's door until after 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you look.
So it was time to get outside and really play.
Okay. Only in the South. Deborah, we had the street lights.
Yeah, the street lights would bring us in, but 10 a.m. we was outside from 10 a.m. to the street lights.
Wow. Deborah really broke my heart. Had a caseload with youthful offenders. Had one kid that was trying to change his life, but family was deep into gang life. And so glad had a positive mentor, and now he's in the military.
That's good. Yeah, the positive
Yeah.
mentors, that's a good thing that we can start doing for these kids. I read an article not too long ago about a chapter of Omega Psi Phi was in Cobb County, had gone over and basically and did a mentorship program inside of a middle school. And since
Oh.
they had been in the middle school, they had seen less the boys were better. They were better. Their behavior incidences were down. Their grades were up. Like a lot of kids just need love and father figures. So mentorship is a great way that we can, as individuals, help make a difference.
Yes. And that's right. Really, we need to push more of mentorship.
Yeah.
You just got to know how parents need to go ask for it. Like they had the Big Brother, Big Brothers
program.
Sister program. I don't think they have that anymore. Status quo: two parents working together and going the same direction seems to be so yesterday.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, like even if you're not together, just the co-parenting and working towards the same goal. Like everybody just seems like more out for self now.
Instagram.
COVID. So yeah. And so everything, right? In their business and school and even raising the kids. It's like what I want to do here, you do what you want to do over there with them. Meanwhile, the child is suffering. So yeah, it's marriage seems to be so yesterday, right?
So yesterday.
Yeah. So man, all those old school values were for a reason. They were all needed. So I really hope we have a change at some point and get back to those things.
Yeah, I hope I live to see it.
Me too.
Sandra, my grandson just turned 7 or on 3-2. We have a whole conversation in either English or Spanish, depending on what he is on. He's not into sports. He's into books.
Yes, I love
that's
that.
good.
Right? The chess club, science
chess club.
Like just something. There's so many activities at school that parents just don't push their kid. Like choose something. It should be pick something this semester. Like every semester, it should be pick something. Like we should do something. It's a sport or it's a science activity. It's something. Like I wasn't into sports either. I did musical instruments. I played the flute, the piano. So I was in bands, like student government. So I love that for your son. Like, yeah, that nurture whatever they're into. Like I'm Spanish now too, so I'm on Duolingo.
Are you?
Spanish. Buenas noches.
Buenos dias, señora.
Yeah, so that's so good. I love that. I love that.
Yes, the McMahon Morning Show. I subscribed to our page, your page, and also sent the message.
I'll look out for that. Hey, girl.
Peace Jasmine. That's Atlanta thing. The Fit Lawyer. Hey, girl. Hey, love. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, when the Atlanta people in the house.
Yes,
it's a peach.
Yes. We probably out the house too, because we getting them storms supposed to be coming through the night. So I'm sure everybody's just in the house.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you don't come this way.
Oh, Shonda. Okay, so tell me, how long did you play? Because I started playing in I would say like elementary school, and I played all the way through high school. I played some in college, but I got the flute, the silver open hole flute with the gold lip plate. I mean, it's Shonda play. You already know you're like, it's cool. Like, listen to the open hole with the gold lip plate. Yes, I still have.
Do you still play?
I don't like that. I can pull it out. I do pull it out when I get nostalgic sometimes.
You need to do a live on it. Do your live on playing your flute. Your
Girl,
intro,
you
playing
sound
the flute.
one day. I might have to
Mm-hmm.
start a song for y'all. The last time I played it was in college. Like when I actually played in front of people, I played the Titanic
Oh,
in a black and gold pageant. I think my freshman or sophomore year in college.
Peach say, I'm in Illinois, y'all. It was what's going on with Muntu. Can you tell me?
So, well, we're working. Let me just say that. Like, I don't want to give it away. So let's just say prayerfully, things will be happening soon. But so we've been working hard. We just visited with him on Thursday. I can tell you that he's doing good. He's in great spirits, patient, and just putting it in God's hands and waiting on things to work out. So he is very positive. Like every time we talk to him, like we weren't able to see him on video this time, but we were on the phone and you could tell he was smiling through the phone, like very, very positive. Way more positive than I think I would be in a situation like this. But yeah, he's positive, looking forward to the future and just very excited to see what will come of things. So stay tuned.
Now, if you, for the audience who do not know who Muntu is, could you tell us?
Yes. So the YSL trial that we've been discussing that occurred in Atlanta with Young Thug, Moontoon was someone who was a part of that indictment as well. His name is Antonio Sledge, and he took a plea December of 2022. So the trial started in 23. I believe they started jury selection November 23. So almost a year prior, he had taken a plea on his charges. He was charged with RICO and possession of firearm by a convicted felon. And he was sentenced to probation, 30 years, and given special conditions that require him to testify during the trial. He did testify. However, the state felt like he didn't testify the way they wanted him to. So about 3 weeks after he testified, they filed for a motion to revoke his probation. That hearing was held October, I believe, 18th of 2024. And Judge Whitaker, after something that occurred, I wouldn't necessarily call it a hearing, but after court occurred, she revoked 5 years of his sentence, and he is now in prison, spending time in prison, while the people who were on trial are mostly home on probation. So it was very unfortunate. Watched that, heart broke, and I would make comments a lot on YouTube on my channel whenever I talked about it, about wanting a way to help him. And Catnat Williams, another YouTuber, connected James and I, and we've been working ever since. So I'm excited and hopeful that we will be able to make a difference in his case. Oh, I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Sorry about that, man. I remember that like that was yesterday when they took him. Whatever happened to his attorney? Because his attorney dropped the ball.
Well, I mean, hindsight
Okay.
is so I'm not gonna throw him under the bus. We all make
Okay.
mistakes.
Okay.
And although I may have done some things differently as we've gotten into like this case, there was I'll just say that it's not all on him.
Okay, I receive that.
Yeah.
We only see what we see on TV.
Yeah,
So you like, oh,
so did I, right? So did I, until
really?
I started getting in things, and I was just like, my mouth has been on the floor the entire time. I'm just like, wow, like it's a lot.
I'm glad to hear that. I kind of had forgotten about it. No offense.
No, I mean, that's kind of what happens, right? The case is going on. They went on, and everybody started taking pleas, and then we had a trial with 2 left. So yeah, it's easy to, but we still free Moontoon. So.
That free Moontoon. Yeah, I remember that. Yes, I do. Oh, okay. Deborah. Oh, she said, I was a substitute teacher for a minute. The grade school students were something else, but I connected more with high school kids. I can't connect with them either. They just as bad. Because they got a cell phone. They don't know what to do with the cell phone.
Well, that's their parents' fault, okay? Because a lot of times parents use these cell phones like pacifiers.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So just like a child is connected to their pacifier, you snatch it away. That's the same way these older kids act with their cell phones taken away. That's how they self-soothe. So every time they was crying, every time they was getting on your nerves, every time you wanted to go do something else, you said, take the cell phone, take the cell phone. So you trained them. So,
That's true.
we created that.
I've never heard of anyone put it so eloquently like that. The cell phone is the pacifier.
Yeah, girls,
adults, young
teachers that take their cell phone in school. It's ridiculous. Like, yeah.
I said, I'm done. Peach, I'm glad you're on his team. You're a great person with an awesome personality.
Thank you so much. Peach, just me. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it.
Yes, and if you haven't, please and thank you, go to the Fit Lawyer ATL and go subscribe. Yeah, listen, you won't regret it, baby.
Yes, okay. Who knows? I may go live tonight. Like, I'm bored. Like, we just sitting in the house, music on. I might just try to get up and answer some questions. Like,
okay, that's really good. Oh man, you so busy. I'm just saying, I'm surprised that you're at home, but it's a storm too.
Girl, I'm been home all the time because I'm either working. I'm used to working every weekend. That's really like I've really been working every weekend. I said this weekend I'm not gonna do any work. I'm just gonna kind of have fun and chill. So it was perfect when I woke up this morning and saw your text. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yes, I was so happy to hear that. I was so happy. I'm so glad you had like stayed with it. I was like, oh, it's okay. I'm okay. I know she's busy.
Oh, girl. Yes, I'm here. Thank you for your patience working with me.
Yeah, I'm here for it. This is the Growing and Sexy channel, girl. We ain't all about the drama and the mess. We just got patience. That's what happens when you get older. You gotta have patience, right?
Exactly.
By then you should have it.
You should by now.
Hey, Sandra said, OMG, that trial was exhausting. I took an early retirement from law enforcement and am currently doing something else now. I still can't let that legal stuff go.
I know, right? Like once it's in you, it's just in you. So you just find a different realm. I know someone I used to work with at Fulton County. She was a deputy and she was after her retirement, she now works at a school. So she's like the resource officer at school. So yeah, it's like still kind of connected to it a little bit. But yeah, if it's your passion and your calling, you stuck, baby. You stuck.
Y'all have at it. Go ahead, do your thing.
Yes.
Not to mention, you're also a professional. I know she's the real deal. Holyfield, baby. If you an ATL, you better call her on up. Yeah. If you need a criminal lawyer, you got an accident, call. Please go to her page, subscribe to the Fit Attorney ATL, because your cousin or your mama might need some help.
Yes,
keep that
right. Yes.
Put that, you need a good attorney in your Rolodex.
Yes, look us
Not
up.
one. I'm with.
Yes, look us up. Yeah,
that's right.
You in custody too? Isn't that crazy?
Wait a minute. Free Antonio Sledge and Yak still in jail. Sorry for changing the narrative. I just
trial got found not guilty on all of his charges during the still in custody because he had 3 pending cases. So
from jail
occurred from jail. Yep, while he was in custody on the case that he got found not guilty in, which is so crazy. So prayerfully, I think he goes to court sometime in April. So we're hoping that there will be a global resolution at that time. I know Bruce Harvey's representing him, so we shall see.
Bruce Harvey is the one with the ponytail.
Yes. So he's representing Quarmavius Nichols doing YSL 1.
Yes.
Once he ended, he is now representing Yak on other charges outside of the YSL case. So.
Okay. Wow, that is crazy. Like, you can be found innocent and still be in jail.
He was found not guilty.
Not guilty. Sorry.
Difference.
Yeah, sure.
I just want to put that out there because people are not innocent. No, you got found not guilty. I'm not saying not innocent. I just want to make sure we speak in proper terms. So people.
No, I get it. I'm with it. I understand. But it's just
I'm not guilty. That means he innocent. No, that ain't what that means.
Hey, I'm a layman's person, so please forgive my lingo.
Oh no, you good?
No, I was talking about the people in the bushes.
Yeah.
They'll spin it. I'm already there on this year, already on your page.
Yeah.
Status Quo said, I am highly impressed. Also, the Fit Lawyer ATL, wonderful personality.
Thank you,
I
Steph.
know.
Hopefully, I'll see you in the chat when I start going live again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see you ain't been going live lately.
I'm cool people, so.
Yes. Shonda, my grannies take cell phones to school.
Oh,
And they are allowed here due to the climate. They know it's for an emergency. Oh, grandkids.
yeah, and that's understandable. And as long
Mm-hmm.
as it's just used for emergency and they're putting them down in class and paying attention, then that's cool. But
Right.
you'll be surprised. Like a lot of these kids are just on their phones during class. They're disrespectful to the teacher. When the teacher asks them to put it up, they're like, whatever. I went to my old high school last year just for
Mm.
kind of give back community thing. We actually got career day coming up next month, but there 1,000 kids enrolled, and they tell me they only have 700 present each day because 300 are just allowed to skip, not come. This is high school, and that the only time they really see the parents is if they take somebody's cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and
And
that's
then it's,
our parents are always. I don't know about your mama, but my parents are always at school. They knew my mama. So if I thought I was going to act a fool, she
and
was on.
listen, my mother was a teacher.
Oh,
So it wasn't all the extra curriculum. If the teacher said it happened, it happened. And she believed it. I said
exactly.
she was lying. But she wasn't playing that. A
Mm-mm.
cell phone. Now I need to give my kids a cell phone. But I don't think I ever had a problem with it. I don't
Yeah.
think I was one of them. But I think like kids really 10, 9 and 10, I used to hear that they need to catch these kids at 9 and 10 years old.
Yeah. And then the why does a child like 5, 6, 7 need a phone? Like when all they go to places is with you. So it's like,
Who are
what
you calling?
ride? You to ride? You take them everywhere? Like it's just a device to play, like give them a book, like read a book.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think it was Chandra was saying that her grandson reads a lot. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
learn
Mm-hmm.
words, travel places. I used to love books. Oh, I mean, I still do, but I used to read a lot of books as a child. So that's a great outlet as well. So we just got to pour
Oh, yeah.
into these kids.
Thank you, Peach Jasmine. How did lead attorney say? It's not a word, but a love for the game. How did he say that?
Oh yeah, he said just for the love of the game. He said no question, no comment,
Yeah,
just pure love of the game.
pure
Yeah,
love for the game. Thank you,
yeah.
Peach.
Shout out lead. Yes.
Yes. How's he doing? He's doing okay?
He's doing good. He was just
Okay.
live. Yes, what's the day? Saturday. He was just live yesterday covering the Tiana Taylor and
Oh,
awards. Yeah, she made out.
she did. But that was a mess.
Bang.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, hey, she deserved it. So
she did. Mm-hmm. Sashay on, baby. Sashay. Tamika and the boys. I'm so happy that I caught this chat. You guys gave me a will because after yesterday, I almost gave up. Oh,
oh,
don't.
girl, we
And
all have
it's,
moments, man. We all
mm-hmm.
so I'm glad that you found your this.
OMG. Fit attorney. I like to give you a heart. The fit lawyer. I don't know why I want to call you the attorney. Lawyer. She gets a 10. Not one, not two, but 10 memberships. I appreciate you
You
so
are
much.
welcome.
Oh my
Thank you so much
gosh.
for having me on. Your chat has been amazing. Your members are amazing. So I just want to bless the channel.
I
So
appreciate it.
yeah, have me on. So I agree.
Yes. Hey, listen, I like grown people.
Yes.
Mm,
Tamika and the boys, we will keep you in prayer. I'm
yes.
held on, and I hope you continue to find strength daily to get through it because this too shall pass. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just a temporary moment, and don't let that steal your joy. And the boys, I'm assuming you got some boys, so they.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
Oh.
found your will.
Yeah, see, you never know how God put people in your life. You see how the let me say it correct, the Fit Lawyer ATL, because I want to call you attorney, but you the lawyer.
I
You know,
know,
I be
right?
calling attorneys all the time. But the Fit Lawyer is here. And so she has graced her her services. Because did you see her shirt? Let me see what read her shirt. Her shirt says, I'm billing you for this conversation.
Yes, girl. I love
Mm.
this shirt. I got it started. So this will be one of my first shirts that I put on for merchandise on my channel. So y'all
Oh, you
stay
selling that?
tuned. Yes, I will be. Yeah, I'm gonna put
Oh,
that up.
that's a nice shirt. Okay, I was trying to figure out, like, where'd you get that shirt from?
Okay. Yes, I was gifted by a friend of mine, a couple of friends
Oh,
to me when I had my office warming. And so
oh,
guys, so I wear it all the time and people always stop. It's such a conversation starter. So
yes.
it'll work for a lot of professions. So
Boss baby for real, baby.
yes.
Hey, Deborah said, great show. I'm moving to ATL with my daughter the end of the year to Fayetteville. Is she moving to or from? I'm moving with my daughter the end of the year to Fayetteville. Oh, Fayetteville is in Atlanta?
Yes, a city outside
Oh.
of Atlanta. It's a very strict city. So crime is very low because they do not like they don't play. I had a client, 18 years old. Unfortunately, they had him on video. They did a search warrant. They found the items in the house. So it was like no way we could go to trial. It was no argument. I did everything, pulled up mitigation, psych eval, character level, 30 members from family in there for the bond hearing, in there every time he went to court. And the state offered me 20 years to serve, and the judge basically told me take it or I'm giving him life 20 with lifetime parole. Which what does that even mean? I had to step outside and call somebody and say, what is lifetime parole?
Oh my goodness.
It means your ass got prison hanging over your head for the rest of your life.
Really?
Yeah. So he's now spending 20 to serve to the door because armed robbery in Georgia is a mandatory term sentence. So he'll be in prison until he is 38. So I said it to say, welcome to Georgia. Fayetteville is crime-free damn near because they don't play. So just know they don't play in Fayette County. So let your daughter know, follow all rules, don't play. They don't even play with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. They want 30 days in jail. They don't play. I had an old lady call me from out there. When I say old lady, 84 years old.
Oh, really?
Her grandson had got into a scheme with a cousin to purchase lawn care equipment to start a landscaping business with a stolen credit card. They purchased this stuff and put it in Granny's name. Granny is chilling at the house one day, gets a request from grandson that says, hey, I need you to help me and go take me to this place to go pick up this lawn care equipment. They need I need to ride. So that's all Granny thought she was doing, taking a ride out there to go meet somebody to get this lawn care equipment, start their business. To get there, Granny's sitting in the car. He goes inside. About 10 minutes later, he comes out. Granny, I don't have my ID on me. They need your ID. They need somebody to get the stuff released. Granny, what you know, she doing her little fussing, but she like, whatever. Go in there with her ID. She ain't knowing the stolen stuff is purchased in her name and begin with. She signed for it, so and leaves with it on camera. So grandma is the only one arrested, and they were trying to give her jail time out of Fayetteville. First arrested, 84 years old. And she had a pacemaker. So when I tell you Fayetteville does not play, they don't play. So it is damn near crime free because they don't play. So you'll be safe and it's beautiful and it's a golf course. But definitely tell your daughter to follow the rules. So just know that. So they don't play out there.
So whatever happened to the 84-year-old grandmother?
You know what? We stayed in touch, and I think she was just trying to see if the grandson would kind of take the place or whatever, and then that she would pay back the money. But yeah, I don't know how that's resolved. I was trying to work with them so they could try to hire me, but she wasn't able to. But isn't that horrible? That fact that she having to go through that. Like they weren't just giving Granny diversion, and she didn't. That she was on a fixed income, so she couldn't even just get them back to her that she didn't even take in the first place. But
that's first of all, that's a dirty grandson. And where is the family member? Where's the daughters, the sons, I mean, you can't trust nobody. That's sometimes
you really can't. So like, don't go taking your ID to get anybody to pick up shit. Like you can't trust anything these days. But not play the fact that they weren't working with them on that case, which is just ridiculous to me. But they don't play. So no, it's out there. So just know that.
I was looking for someplace safe to live. Now I know where to go.
Yeah,
drive the speed limit.
Yes, Peachtree City in Fayetteville. Yep.
Okay. And Deborah also said, love this show, and I'm looking forward to volunteering with youth and adults off probation and out of DOC.
There will be plenty of opportunity,
Oh,
Deborah.
really?
I'm telling you, because there are a lot of kids going to DOC here on crime. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity to do that. So good for you. They're going to need it because nothing happens in DOC. It's not like they're getting rehabilitated or going through training classes to where they're going to really be able to come out, and they're going to need help when they get out to readjust and do something with the rest of their lives.
Oh, because they go there until they're 18.
Well, no, like, so DOC is the Department of Corrections. So that's where
Oh.
Georgia, you can be charged as an adult at the age of 14. So, 14, 15, 16, they're going to prison.
You know, when my sons were younger, when they was like teenage, maybe before middle school age, when I drove them to the 26 in California, that's where the Cook County jail is at.
Mhm.
And I said to them, if you don't live by the law of the law, this is where you're going to end. Now, I may have one of them, he may not listen very well, but he got one chance. He had a situation. He's like, okay, I'm never going and do that again.
Good for
Steer
him.
straight.
Good for him. Good for him. And let me correct myself. So the 14, 15, 16, so they can be charged as adults, and they're real prison time, and they will be housed with juveniles until they're 18, and they'll get transferred to the prison facility. But the point is, they can be charged with adult crime at 14.
That's scary. You leave your mama, parents' house, and then go to this with all these kids who don't want to fight and do what God knows to you.
It's so sad. You see two kids, they haven't done anything. They haven't been on a prom, ain't going out of town, haven't had a relationship. It's really sad. And spending the rest of their life in prison. Everybody got a gun in Georgia.
Oh, because, yeah, I forgot about that.
Governor, everybody always try to act like the Democrats the ones putting the guns in the hands, right? Our Republican governor doing COVID era signing a bill that allowed everyone to have a firearm without a license.
So, y'all had to have a license?
No, ma'am.
Oh.
Without a license.
Oh.
So everybody has it. Everybody. So 14, 15, 16, 17 have a license.
Really? And it's not illegal.
Not required to have a license. They can't just say, hey, look, you need a license for your weapon, sir. No, because it's not required. So you're not even able to engage and say, are you supposed to have that weapon? Not until something happens. That's why everyone is reacting with everything with a gun. All these fights, the guns, shooters at schools, the shooters, everyone has a gun. They're stealing them. That's what most of the car break-ins are for, is to steal weapons out of them. So, yeah, it's dangerous. You can't say nothing these days. So while you need direction and you need to be able to say something, you can't. There was an elderly gentleman at the gas station that said something to the kids, like, pull your pants, something like that, and they killed them. This was like at 3:30 in the afternoon. So
I remember that.
You remember that? Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
You have to move and assume that everyone's armed. Shit ain't that serious no more. You gotta let a lot of shit slide and choose life. Really is sad.
Listen, this living, you don't know where to live, how to live.
Yeah.
It can be stressful. And listen, if you received a membership from the Fit Lawyer ATL, I know some of y'all done left because somebody done went live, so they now at somebody else's YouTube channel, but that's okay. They'll come back and watch the rewind. I have a lot of rewind people, replay people. So you make sure you say thank you. And when you get that email that say you received a membership, you go over there and you subscribe to her channel. That's what we do up north. Be hospitable. That's what they do in the South too.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey, TLA is hilarious. What's that say? TET?
I probably meant to say Tiana.
Tiana. Oh, check that bag. Oh.
Yes. She got like houses worth $10 million.
Oh.
She got $8,000 a month child. She got a 7-figure lump payment. She gets 100% of all of her businesses. And it may have been like one or two other things. Like, yeah.
What did he get?
What you mean? He got it. He made $48 million 4 years in a row. in the NBA. You know, yeah.
Did he save any of that money?
That I don't know.
Oh,
He never looked like, you know, like, and that's one thing she said in a complaint too. Like, he never gave her that basketball lifestyle. It didn't look like that. So I don't know what he got for money. Hopefully,
he's supposed to be from Illinois.
he has what now?
He's supposed to be from Illinois.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. But yeah, he's come back. Well, a body, a relationship, a marriage. You know.
Hey, well, question. Now I'm being nosy. Who did somebody cheat or something, or they just decided they didn't want to be with each other?
Allegedly, he was cheating a lot.
Oh, okay.
So
now
you know that they used to have alternative.
Yes.
Okay.
Open. Yes.
Lifestyle, right? Then he started doubling back and behind her back, allegedly having an affair and being embarrassing. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's all about embarrassment, right? Shit was behind closed doors. A lot of times we can deal with it more.
Yeah.
You're showing it out in front of the world. You gotta go.
He forgot he wasn't a basketball player anymore. So he was.
Then from her side of things, it seems like, you know, and I kind of felt like that way too. Like he was a little jealous of her a lot. He kind of held her back on some things, and I think she kind of played it down. You know how we do sometimes.
I know that.
I mean, time. So
I already know that feeling.
While I'm doing that, it's like, what's the point?
Yes, and I know I'm talking so. But what about the other lady from the Real House? No, basketball. I'm surprised Doug Christie and
Christie. What
Jackie Christie. I was shocked when they heard they getting a divorce.
They getting divorced?
That's what I heard, and it's messy.
I heard that up. Oh wow.
I'm shocked. Now they were doing the same thing now.
Yeah,
she wants a crazy amount of money.
Of their show, I didn't really see a lot of interaction between them on the show. So I'm not surprised, but
yeah, I'm surprised. I was like, y'all been together a long time.
Yeah, they used to get married every year. Trying to keep all of the house, so it's empty nesting. So no.
Yes, that's the host. Like, oh, that's how you supposed to be when you married, be with somebody that long. I'm like, nah, I know that ain't the truth, huh?
I hate to see that.
Yes.
Hopefully it's not true. Hopefully they can work it out.
I don't know, Jackie. I don't know.
Okay, so it says the echo. Y'all still hear echo?
Oh, see echo. Hold on. Let's see what.
Because I got my echo cancellation on, so
let me try to see.
You're welcome. It's my turn. 227. Regina says still an echo. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go out and come back in. You walk on the stage and keep talking. I'm going out and come back in.
Okay. Y'all let me know. Do y'all hear echo now when it's just me? Is there still an echo? I'm trying to see if is it me? Because maybe I need to check the echo cancellation off. Are y'all good? Okay, no echo. Okay, so we'll see if it stays that way. So yeah, y'all. So thank y'all for having the chat. It's been amazing. Thank you all for welcoming me to the show. Be sure you like the live. Make sure you go subscribe to my channel, the Fit Lawyer ATL. I'll be going live this week. So it's been great. It's been great. I wish I could see the comments I can see the comments on YouTube, so I can't do anything about the on-screen comments. So
I didn't think about letting you. I
All
didn't give you access.
No, you good. That was quick. Okay, guys, is still an echo? Are we back with an echo or no?
And my echo the box was checked. And I have everything on.
Okay, Miss Regina, I haven't posted them yet, but when I do, it'll be on the channel. So just subscribe and notifications will go out when I put the merch up. So it's coming soon.
I got everything turned off.
So yeah, so thank you so much for having me on. It's been amazing.
Oh my God, it's a pleasure to have you, the real attorney online, the real lawyer, not the YouTube lawyers, but the real lawyer is
right. So
here.
I do a lot of commentary and stuff, but if y'all ever have a question and really want to get the tea, come see me. And I'll break it down like legally. Okay. So
yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, it's a good sounds now. Thank you. Let me know now. She probably sent me an email. I have never looked at the phone yet. Oh, yes. Well, yeah, I appreciate you so much. I'm telling you, it was a pleasure. Again, I said one of the people that I wanted when I had hit that 500 that I wanted to come and so I could interview and talk to the first person I wanted to be because you were supposed to be my first interviewer
Oh.
interview when I had to get made 500. But hey,
You
listen, I'm over
did.
1,000 now.
When I checked the email, you was past 1,000. I was like, what happened? You went from below 500 to over 1,000. Like, that's what happened with those viral videos. So
Yeah.
you.
Funny. Yes. Well, I'm not gonna hold you, but well, hold on. Let me give you the floor so everybody can know who you are, how to find you, and all that good stuff. Because you can't. It's hard to find good people. Let me tell you that, to be honest. And that's
Oh,
why I
thank you
appreciate
so
you.
much.
You didn't like. She didn't say, "Oh, you gotta pay me this much." So I had somebody tell me before. I'm like, I ain't got no money. So
Girl, please. I've been on YouTube since October 28th. So how I'm finna sit on here trying to charge some people, right? I'm trying to be just like you, build my following, connect with the people, see where I get in, fit in where I get in. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
That's what
And
we're
listen,
doing. So my
and
name
you got a lot of knowledge that you could help a lot of people to shut up
yes, and take the ride.
and take the ride. So I'm gonna give you the floor, and so these people can know how to find you, where to go to, anything you want them to know. And I don't know if you noticed that I put the thumbnail. I know you're a Delta, right?
Yes.
I made sure I had it red and white for you, so
Yes. Thank
to make sure I know. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the floor.
Thank you. So, good evening, everyone. I'm the Fit Lawyer ATL, and I'm a 20-year criminal defense attorney here in Atlanta, Georgia. I have my own practice where we do criminal defense and personal injuries such as car accidents, slip and falls, truck accidents. So, if you're in Atlanta and you need an attorney, look up the Adams Firm. And I am the Fit Lawyer ATL on all social media. So, you can find me on Twitter, YouTube, go subscribe, like, and share. I'm also on Instagram. The fit part comes from me losing over 150 pounds, started during COVID. I'm still on that journey, working to get down sub 200 before summer. So I post my daily workouts, or me just being in the gym is motivation for others. And so we'll talk about that a little bit on the channel as well. So I'm here just to break down the legal system, make it plain and simple. We'll talk about some celebrity cases and local news and answer any questions, and just try to help as many people as I can stay out of the system, because that's the best way. Because once you're in it, it's hard to get out. So that's what my channel's about.
Thank you, the Fit Lawyer
Yeah.
ATL. And there's so many people at this time. Oh, I'm subscribing. They have already subscribed to your channel.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes. This journey has been amazing. YouTube,
Yeah.
everybody I've met on the channel on YouTube has been amazing. Thank you so much for welcoming me. And yeah, it's just been amazing. So just gonna keep enjoying the ride.
I'm so happy. Well, I'm so glad I was a part, and you was a part of my journey.
Yeah.
And one of my, like they put like on back in the day, you might not remember. You buy these posters. And had a Prince poster, had a Michael Jackson poster. So you was one of the people I had, not a real poster, but a poster on my wall. I said, "Oh, I hope one day I get to talk to her."
Oh, that's so amazing. Well, I'm so glad we could make that happen. And doing International Women's Month. So
Oh, okay. I would like that.
yes.
Well, again, everyone, please, please, please make sure you go to the Fit Lawyer ATL's YouTube page and subscribe. Please, I appreciate it. And thank you so much, Tiffany. Not that Tiffany, but the lawyer Tiffany.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a good evening.
Thank you. Oh,
Thank you. Bye-bye.
bye. All righty. Okay. I think oh shit. Okay. That was so nice to have the Fit Lawyer from ATL come up. I was such a black. I don't know. What's wrong? Look at that right there. Oh, I need to open that. There it is right there. Sorry. But yes, so we had a great interview today. Was hoping that she had came on a long time ago, but she came on right on time. Tamika and the boy, she's like, oh, she was glad to hear from the Fit a lawyer. I don't know why I got the attorney on my mind. Yeah, please. She's very impressive. And if the lead attorney put a stamp on it, you know you got to be the one. So, that's all I have for you all for today, for tonight. I won't be on tomorrow. I will be on Monday. I'm taking the day off. The Lord even took a day off. Now I might get excited and say, "Oh, I'll come back," but unless something happens, I won't be back until Monday evening. Well, again, I really appreciate everyone. Oh no, thank you, the Fit Lawyer ATL. And if you haven't, make sure you go to her YouTube channel and subscribe. And Rewind Crew, I know you're listening, and the people in the bushes. Don't forget to go to the Fit Lawyer ATL page, YouTube page. And Regina had pinned it in the link, and it's in the description also. And again, we appreciate it. The McMahon Morning Show and all who have partake in this festivity for today. Again, I thank you. I appreciate you. And we will, thank you, Status Quo, and we will meet again on Monday. All right. Hugs and kisses. Love you always. Talk to you soon. Thank you. And yes, and thank you again. Oh yeah, I hope the Bushes watchers learn something today. Hit the like on your way out. And hit the like button, please. So we can get this video into the algorithm. Because it's important. We got stuff you can learn. What the Fit Lawyer ATL say? Close your mouth. Oh, she said shut the TF up. I'm just saying. Well, this your girl D-Love from the South Side, Inglewood for Life, Chicago that is, and I am signing off until later. Later.